Hey guys, I'm your host of Ward First 931, Kelly Walker Slaughter. It is election coverage 2024, and I am once again with my man, Mr. Jeff Barnes.
Thank you for having me again.
I love it. I think last time we were here, we had a great time and we had a great feedback from the community.
Yes, we did, and hope to get that again and maybe even a little bit better. August 1st was the last time we was here. That was over 3 months ago, and I thought, well, that's going to take a while to get here, and now it's here.
I totally agree with that. And before we get started, just a couple announcements. First and foremost, we did get a message. Was it through the police department, Melody? Before I move on. But right now it says multiple departments are en route to the 100 block of Parish Street for an overdose. So stay out of that area.
Okay.
County emergency notification. The Warren they received that on the Warren County emergency notifications. So if you are in the Paris Street area, please try to stay out of the area while they're trying to clean up everything. And two, we're going to start playing all our sponsors because without them, this could not have happened once again. So thanks to all the ones sponsors you see around the corner, just around the banner.
Yeah, look at this.
It's nice. I love it.
I know.
And two, we're going to have two special guests on the show with us, Ryle Chastain and Sally Brock, and they're going to talk to us as well. But first and foremost, we have to give it up to the people that made this possible. So we will be right back and take it away, Ryan.
First, 931's 2024 election coverage will begin soon. They take pride in everything they do. Caring for the community, Jeff Barnes and Kelly Slaughter are two people you can trust. They have over 50 years of experience. Now a word from our sponsors.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins.
Angels are here. I just wanted to tell you, I finally made it here. I have heard about this place my whole life, but I have to tell you, beautiful is an understatement. The views are absolutely stunning. The colors, unreal. I journeyed here alone, but it doesn't feel as such. So warm, so inviting, a reunion that was absolutely amazing. A feeling of comfort and complete fulfillment. Truly at peace. I am home.
And I have no reason to feel anything other than pure happiness and love for you. Know the tears you shed when you miss me are temporary. The pain, only temporary. For this home is yours too. I just got here ahead of you. That's all. Nobody ever knows when it's their time to be called home. So for now, you just have more living to do. Take in those sunsets. Breathe in the crisp autumn air. Taste the salt of the ocean. Listen to the rain as you fall asleep. There is still joy to be had. Tuck me into your heart. Move forward with our memories. Take those steps and picture me cheering you on.
And I will be smiling when you smile. I want nothing more than for you to smile. Keep taking those steps. Oh, I know they must be heavy some days. But for each day you get closer to my doorstep, the reunion will be amazing when I am among the first to welcome you home. We love you, Phyllis. We will miss you, and you're forever in our hearts.
Community Network Productions takes you inside each community with local interest stories, local music artists, and information.
With each show, the focus is the people and our beautiful community. With our creative team, we customize unique show ideas with our friends in the community. Our focus is you.
See each of our shows on all social media, including Facebook, Instagram, and at our website at www.communitytvtn.com.
My dad had a vision in 1964 to start Ganton Bolden. Now it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Did you know that McMinnville Drug Center is a compounding pharmacy? A one-size-fits-all approach to medications doesn't always work. Perhaps you need a different form of your medication or have an allergy to an inactive ingredient. That's where compounding comes in. Here are some benefits why to take advantage of McMinnville Drug Center over regular pharmacies that don't offer compounding. Compounding pharmacists have additional training to create medication suited to your needs. Our pharmacy lab has specialized tools to prevent cross-contamination. Call McMinnville Drug Center today and use our compounding lab to get started on a better you.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has been serving the people of this region for 53 years, and we are fully committed to the people and the communities that place their trust in us. McMinnville and Warren County is just one of the 9 counties that we serve. With 4 convenient branch locations, along with 7 ATM and ITM locations, you can be assured that Citizens Tri-County Bank is close by. Committed to you and committed to the communities we serve. It truly is what makes Citizens Tri-County Bank the only community bank you will ever need. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ready to find your dream property? Paul Holder Realty and Auction has got you covered. Benefit from their 69 years of experience to find your perfect riverfront property, family home, or land to build your dream home. Their professional team also specializes in estates and auctions. Want to know your worth? Get an accurate evaluation from Paul Holder Realty and Auction and make your real estate dreams a reality. Give us a call at 473-7321.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger for lunch or dinner. Get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Come join us at 110 East Main Street for a farm-to-table experience all year long. We offer gluten-free, dairy-free, guilt-free goodness that will leave you feeling energized and satisfied with every bite. Our small batch from-scratch menu bursts with juice, shots, smoothies, soups, wraps, and sandwiches, and more prepared daily to give you all the nutrients your body craves. We never add powdered sugars or anything you can't pronounce, so don't miss out on this delicious, healthy opportunity. Swing by and indulge in some wholesome goodness today at 110 East Main Street, McMinnville, Tennessee.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday and Saturday. We are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Planning an auction? Count on the Get It Done Auction Company. The Donald Hillis Realty and Auction Company. In business since 1991, they specialize in residential and commercial real estate with emphasis on farms and land. They can help you with estate settlements, business liquidations, and farm dispersals, including land, livestock, and equipment. Donald Hillis Realty and Auction Company, representing more and more families in estate auctions each and every day. Call 473-7774 or visit DonaldHillisRealty.com. Firm 2273.
Back in we go. All right. And again, thanks to all our sponsors like Ronald's Renovation, Cumberland Biscuit Company, Tops Frozen Yogurt, Juicy's, Citizens Tri County Bank, Donald Hillis Realty, Reddick Brown Ford. And I will do a shout out to Reddick Brown Ford. Right now, they have a special pickup and delivery. Just call them at their number. And whether you need a car detail, an oil change, window, whatever you need, call them and they'll come pick up your car at your business, your home, whatever, to make it easier on all of us here. Also, too, McMinnville Drug Center, Gateway Tire and Service, Randall Walker Farms, Paul Holder Realty and Auction House, and Prater's Barbecue. And my favorite, Jonathan, I love you, man, Community TV TN. Because without him, he's like an underdog. He's like behind the scenes, and I have to give him shout outs.
Yeah, he loves it. Do his job with the elect
There you go, Barnes.
All right.
We'll see how long that lasts. Hopefully that's the only hiccup we have.
Yeah, let's hope. Yeah. Hopefully all the hiccups are out of the way. We're good to go now.
Yes. And with that said, just in coming up really quickly, we're gonna have like Ryle Chastain. Of course, he was unopposed.
Mhm.
And so congratulations to him as he is gonna be our mayor for another how many
Another
years?
4 years.
Another
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
And you were gonna talk a little bit about early voting, correct?
Yeah, hopefully the early voting, we had a great turnout. Only in August we only had like 4,400 total.
Yeah.
And then over 12,000 shows up for early voting. That's
That's really
wonderful
good.
because that's 40 almost 47.5% of everybody. So you wonder, okay, did they all, you think if ever a lot of them turned out early, are they going to turn out today?
Yeah.
But you have your folks out there that are traditionalists and will vote on election day.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to have those. Our thing is now the closer to 7 o'clock that you get, how many people standing in line? How many people is waiting to vote? If everybody has voted, it's 7 o'clock,
Right.
and then they can bring the votes, and they can start bringing everything back in.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon we'll know those early voting totals and absentee. That's coming. Hopefully we'll get those here very soon. We're
As
at
it's at
7:22. We're at 7:22. Hopefully within the next 30 minutes. I was used to whenever I would do Sparta. Whenever Dorcas was she was the election
Miss her.
administrator out there, and she was great. 1 after 7. It's like here.
Here you go. Yeah.
So,
I always
so-
knew when Barnes did the live coverage for us there in Sparta back in
Yeah.
the day, he'd be back before we even got
Yeah,
started.
I think I was back
Like, where did you
back
come
between
from?
I was back between 8 and 8:30, and
Yeah.
getting ready. I think I was typing up a news story
Yeah.
for Sparta and getting their newscast ready for the next day. So
Love it. I love it. But like you said, we're right here, right outside the election commission's office with Susie and the gang. And, first and foremost, we want to say thank you to all of them that have done the hard work that they put through. I was here this morning a little bit before 8 a.m. And I kid you not only the phones are ringing off in the office, but as well as on their phones. And like they had, again, if you ever would like to help volunteer, you can actually go on the warrentn.gov website and click on election commission in the government section. And when you go to that, you can actually fill out an application for a volunteer. So,
right.
I mean, it is great. Oh my gosh, royalties down here now. Put on your headset. You don't have to be on the air. You just got to be heard. So with us right now is the man that was running unopposed, thankfully, Ryle Chastain. Hello, hello.
Well, thanks for having me here. Yeah, this go around was a lot less stressful than 4 years ago.
I was gonna say, like, explain the difference between now and then.
Well, having two opponents and doing all the campaign events and the debates and
Yeah.
standing on the street corners and knocking on doors, it's just very stressful and very hectic, and you just hear trash talk and you hear rumors and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, you've been an alderman, and now you're the top guy, and you will be for the next 4 years. How's it been? How has it been for the last 4 years for you? Because there's been a lot of coming up and a lot of things done for the city too.
It's been great. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better team on the board of mayor and alderman, as well as administration at the city. Nolan Ming is wonderful. We have a good group of department heads, and there is a lot of good stuff going on in not just McMinnville, but Warren County as a whole.
Yeah.
We're seeing tens of millions of dollars invested in the community by way of residential and commercial developments, new restaurants, new retail. highway and street projects, walkability projects, upgrades to public safety, water and sewer treatment plants. So there has been a lot to go on the last 4 years, and I'm excited for what we're going to do in the next 4.
Yeah, and one of those you kind of touched on a little bit is the new water treatment plant. And I know that Ricky has talked at the mayor, the board of mayor and alderman meetings about getting that new facility, and it looks like it's coming probably in the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to totally upgrade everything. We're going to go from basically analog to digital, just upgrade, modernize the entire thing just to provide cleaner, more pure, better tasting water for the citizens and residents of McMinnville.
Oh, sorry. I'm like about social thing. No, I just think it's great because, when Raul first decided to become the mayor, I was like, oh, this is great. This is my generation. We graduated together. And I feel it's like our generation, it's our turn to become the leaders of our community because, we can't do this forever. And then, he's got young kids of his own. And I know just like with mine, we want to instill that community, involvement. And being the mayor is one of those things.
And if I'm correct, Raul, you were the one who spearheaded Warren County selling liquor. Weren't you one of the brainchilds of that to bring in all of that tax money?
It was a collaboration among some county government officials, some city government officials, and some private investors. But yes, was definitely involved in that. And
part of to me was one of the most historic events for Warren County. It was monumental moving forward. I know that people have pros and cons about it, but at the end of the day, you think about the people that were going to Manchester and other counties, putting those taxes into the other counties. So at the end of the day, if people are going to drink if they want to, and why wouldn't you want to? I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, that's a way to benefit.
Yeah, it's just opened up some other avenues for tax revenue by way of restaurants and other commerce outlets. So, like you said, agree or disagree, but if it's going to happen anyway, why not let it happen locally to support the local community?
I totally agree. And of course, I know you were unopposed, but would you like to thank anybody? This is your speech.
Oh, absolutely. Co-workers at the hospital, certainly my family, my wife and parents were behind it. The WNC, if you know, fellow board members, city employees, have all been very supportive. So, I don't want to start mentioning names and
forget
and risk
I do the same thing.
leaving somebody out, but there are a whole lot of groups that have been very supportive throughout the process.
That's great. So again, enjoy your next 4 years. I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Maybe you'll get a little grayer like my husband with all this.
I don't know if that's the city or the 2 kids at home.
I was going to say, is it the county or the
be a little combo?
Yeah, a little combo. Definitely not the wife. She creates less stress.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know what I would do without her.
Oh, love you, Paige.
Say happy theater camp. She was quite a delight.
Yeah.
And again, maybe she's only one of those kids who's great out in public and then saves it all for the parents.
True that. Like my child.
We'll see how you feel when the second one gets there.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. But thank you so much, Raul. I know you got a lot more things to get to.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you all for having me. And it's always a privilege to be on here with you guys. So you all have a good night as well. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. All right.
Oh, there we go. And with that said, we're going to take, as you can talk a little bit while we gear up for our first break. And then coming up after that, we're going to have Jeremy Hamilton come on.
We'll have, Jeremy, I think, is waiting in the wings. And then after that, we're going to do a little, we'll talk about, we've got a lot to talk about with the alderman
Warren
races,
First 931's 2000.
But we'll talk, we'll show some past numbers. We'll go for the last 2 presidentials. We'll see how Trump has done since 2016. How does he fare in 2024? We still don't have those numbers yet.
No, we don't.
Hopefully we'll have early voting soon.
All right. And here's a quick word from our sponsors, guys.
Warren First 931's 2024 election coverage will begin soon. They take pride in everything they do. Caring for the community, Jeff Barnes and Kelly Slaughter are two people you can trust. They have over 50 years of experience. Now a word from our sponsors.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger for lunch or dinner. Get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randwalker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee.
From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins. Cause here I come. All right, back at it. And thanks again to all our amazing sponsors. We had
got some great
13 this year. But of course, thank you again to Raul Chastain for coming and talking with us. We're going to have Sally Brock coming here shortly as well, as we're waiting on the early voting numbers.
Yep.
But with that said, one of the heated races that we are going to be having is, of course, the alderman race.
Yes, and that's something we're going to be really focusing on this evening. That's one of the big ones. That's one of the big ones locally that we'll be watching.
You just want to roll around that way, make it easier for in case of. Okay. But with us, one of the 5 candidates, I should say, is Mr. Jeremy Hamilton.
Yes.
Good evening.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So again, you are you're running against some folks that have had this position before. What made you decide that you wanted to do this?
So I was just finishing up my TV interview just a minute ago, and the answer that I give him was, the older that I get, the more involved I'd like to be with local government. And I actually heard you over here talking to Ryle, and this is our generation.
Right.
And, we all went to school together. And as we are getting into our 40s.
I'm already 40.
Yeah, I'm too. I'm past that.
I was about to say, don't say getting into your 40s. I'm already there, man.
I've already crested that hill.
I was going to say you're before me.
I've already crested that hill.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, sometimes it may be time, not necessarily to pass the torch, but to start entering into that, because at some point we've got to take over. Somebody's got to take over.
Somebody's got to take that position.
Somebody's got to take that position.
Right. And I totally agree with that. And, if you do get this position tonight, because 2 people will not, is that correct? Only 3 will move forward.
Yeah, only 3. Yeah, only 3 out of 5. And of course, Jeremy here is one of the new ones, along with Carrie Youngblood.
Yeah.
You're there. He's trying to a seat, and, the incumbent, Stacey Harvey, Rachel Kirby, and also Sally Brock.
Mm-hmm.
And, Jeremy, one question I wanted to ask is there anything in the last 4 years that you wish could have been done that's may have spurred you to seek a nomination for alderman?
I guess I would just have to have a little bit more involvement, like I mentioned, being more involved with budget, seeing where our money goes, our tax money goes. And I think there's been some wise choices. As I had mentioned earlier, we've got a lot more smoother streets.
Yeah.
We got a lot nicer sidewalks. We got more sidewalks. And I think they've done a good job. I think there's some other things that I had mentioned that I would like to see, some things more geared toward the youth in the winter months, the colder months. We've got, we've got great maintained baseball fields. We've got recreation parks. We've got a pool. We've got all kinds of great things
for spring and summer.
Yeah. And of course we got the Milner Center. And I think that's a great thing. And I think it is being used, but I would like to see more things. I don't know what those are, full transparency, but I would like to collaborate, with some of these other guys and girls and see what we could put money toward for the youth.
Yeah.
And one of the things, should you get elected, Jeremy, I think one of the things that may be talked about or may be coming up, the ice skating rink that they put downtown every year.
Mm-hmm.
I think there, from what I've heard, there is some questions about, after this year, is it going to be, is it going to be possible? Is it going to be, because the tourism has changed. The money could be a little bit different.
Right.
Do you see a positive in that?
I guess my first look at it is just so many people here locally enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, it may
My
not.
son enjoys it.
Yeah, I mean, it may not be a money maker, but so many here people enjoyed it. And where it was downtown.
Yeah.
You could go shop. You could go hang out downtown. You could enjoy festivities. You could go skate. I can't skate. I can watch people skate.
Yeah.
I have 2 left feet too.
Hey, my son said it's a beginner's ice skating rink, so if he can do it, you can do it.
Okay.
I'm just going to put that out there now, just so you know. But again, after winning this, or win or lose, do you have anybody you would like to thank?
Oh, I've had a lot of folks actually on Facebook that have just reached out to me, and it's a lot of folks that I know, acquaintances, and some friends, and I've had a lot of encouragement from the local community. So I really want to say to those people, thank you for the encouragement and for your votes. It really means a lot to me.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, we'll find out. Hopefully, we'll get early voting numbers here soon, and we'll be keeping an eye on that, and we will see if you make the top
change
3.
and
It's
make
going to
the
be
difference.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough race. We'll see. We'll see. But I really appreciate the time. Thank you guys for having me
You're
today.
welcome, and good luck tonight. I hope everything works in your favor.
Thank you both so much.
All right.
Anytime.
All right.
And I do know that we have, while we're getting our next guest coming up, talk real
Warren
quickly,
First
Jeff,
931's
about
2024 election.
Upcoming, the past elections when Trump has run against somebody.
Well, that's one thing we were going to talk about is the presidential. How has Trump done? This is his 3rd time,
right?
And he's seeking that second term. Should he get it, it'll be his final one. In 2016, when he ran against Hillary Clinton, here's some numbers. This is just locally: 9,540 to Hillary's 3,535.
Okay.
That's what he got in 2016. 2020, we saw it go up,
right?
And big time. We're seeing, like, he got 7 out of 10. He got 70% of the votes. 11,850 to Biden's 3,924.
Well, that's awesome.
So we're seeing it go up. Will it go up again in 2024? We're seeing, like we said, we see the increase. Is it going to level off, or is it going to be more?
Yeah.
Because we've got over 24,300 registered voters here locally. So he got about all totaled about 70% of the vote, and that was 4 years ago.
That's crazy. Well, with that said, let's get her on real quick, because you can put those on so you can hear yourself. Okay, then hold that microphone, boo. So, real quickly, we have would that be called an incumbent?
She is the incumbent.
One of 3 that's the incumbent, Miss Sally Brock. Hello.
Hello, guys. It's good to see you.
You too. So, what makes you continue to just do this alderman job? I mean, how many years have you been in this position?
It must be crazy. Well, first of all, I was a county commissioner for 16 years.
I was gonna say.
I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. But I was on there for 16 years, and this will just be my 2nd term if I win tonight for city alderman.
Okay.
I consider myself a public servant. I don't consider myself a politician, and I like to feel like I'm making a difference, and I have the time to put into this because I'm retired. So, I can be at their beck and call, if you will.
Right. And you love your community.
I do. Absolutely. I'm not from here.
Right. Not originally.
No.
She's a transplant, everybody.
Yeah. In 1982 is when I moved here. And of course, Everett is a native.
Right.
And he brought me here. And we drove into downtown and I almost fell out of the car because I wondered where everything was.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, boy, downtown is just hopping, and I am so proud of that.
Yeah.
So proud of that.
And piggybacking on that, being rerunning for this position, can you share any visions for the community or the changes you hope to implement if you get to move forward?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, I would like us to start on Morford Street, improving Morford Street.
Yeah.
Now that involves a lot of money, but we can do it a little bit at a time. And already there's growth on Morford Street. So I feel like if we go ahead and start something, infrastructure as well, that it'll even grow more. Yes.
I love that.
And I think we owe it to the businesses who are there, to spruce it up. Yes. Yeah. To spruce it up. Yeah, absolutely.
And little history with Sally, if you don't know, that she and Everett from 2020 to 2022 were the first husband and wife.
That's right.
I
thought they made a little history.
And I said, "Is your husband?" I'm like, "How's that possible?"
Well, a lot of people thought it was illegal, if you will, and it wasn't. But I didn't.
You corrected me.
Well, I didn't dream that I would get elected. Honestly, I threw my hat in the ring because Everett just coaxed me into it, and I didn't dream that I would even get elected, but I did. And so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but it was
Girl,
good.
Take
It was
the
good.
comment.
It
Take
was
the comment.
Good. I will. It was good. Also, before we go on, I do want to mention the police department. They need a home.
Mm-hmm.
They want a home. And that's something else I would like to see happen. And those are two of the reasons why I decided to run again.
Okay.
I'd like to see that happen while I'm still around. Yes.
And win or lose tonight, is there anybody you want to thank?
Oh, I want to thank everybody.
Yeah.
I want to thank all the department heads in the city. They are wonderful people. I've been the chairman of the wastewater and water department. I've been the chairman of the streets and sanitation department. Those guys work so hard.
Yes, they do.
They are so great. They are so nice to me. And I want to thank everybody who has voted for me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sally. I appreciate
Oh, you're welcome.
you.
You're very welcome.
And thanks for coming by
so
and
glad to be
chatting
here.
with us.
Sure. Glad to be here. Thanks
Oh.
for the opportunity, guys.
You're welcome.
Good to see you, Jeff.
And
Long
it's good
time
seeing
no
you.
see.
I know,
God,
right? It's like all transparent. I love it. Real quickly, though. Yes.
Right.
Because I don't want to miss her. We're Miss Janice Boland. I was supposed to call her at 7:40. And so she is actually, we're going to get her on the phone like right now.
Okay.
And like, hand me.
Man, I seen back there. I was like, downstairs. Behind the scenes, man.
Behind the scenes.
Yes.
I love it. As I'm calling.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Yeah.
Again, she is on a time crunch, so maybe she'll call me back.
Might not be able to hear you.
She might not be. She is in Franklin, and they do these big events for the parties. And she was invited to that one and said she would go.
Loud
So it could be so loud. But if she calls us back, and Trent's on his way. Trent Prater is also on his way.
Yes. And speaking of Janice Bowling, do a little comparison. She represents District 16.
Yeah.
Ran against Sheila Younglove 4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and Janice won overwhelmingly, 10,295 to Sheila's 4,045.
Oh, well, there you go.
So Janice is, she's very popular in this area. I think she has been 47th district, and now she is in the House of District 16.
And she has been very popular with a lot of people here in the Warren County area. She's been here several times.
She makes a lot of she does a great job coming here in about it once a month, and she will come to the administrative building and I think in the Magnolia Room area she will come and talk to folks. It's one of those, if you ever have any questions for her, I mean, like I said, she's here. She's here at least once a month.
And then, if everybody remembers when we were doing the live election coverage this last time at the primary, she actually was hosting an event with some of the county commissioners like Tommy Savage and them on some issues having with fertilization with the nursery farmers and things like that, and making sure it was like a town hall called meeting type thing. And if you haven't seen it, it's all over my Facebook page, or if you would like to see it. But they were figuring out that the guidelines that were put in place by to the Chattanooga resident people that were bringing the fertilizer to us, they weren't testing it, is what I understood. And then it needed to get tested because
that's something that's near and dear to Tommy.
Yeah, and he does such a phenomenal job. And thank you, Christy. We love you too. Real quickly, though.
I see there that my sister has chimed in.
Is that your sister,
That's
Julie?
my sister.
I wondered.
Yeah, said, how old are you? Yeah.
Well,
y'all were talking about knocking on the door of 40. I'm knocking on the door of 60.
No. So together we make 100.
Yeah. Well, close. Close. We're about 2 years away from it.
But with that said, a couple of things are actually going on in our community right now. There's the Democratic Party's hosting their event at their facilities, and then a cool thing that the Republican Party did, which it was hosted by, but it was sponsored by a ton of the businesses here, is they have an event called Faith and Freedom Election. It's all at the Park Theater. Oh, and now here is my girl, Miss Bolin is calling. Hold on, we got to take her. Hello. Can you even hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm getting way away, as far away from the crowd. There's a couple of 300 people here.
Oh my God. So tell everybody, okay, of course we got Tennessee Senator Janice Bolin on the phone with us, and I appreciate you taking the time to call. Tell everybody where you're at and how big this party is, because you were telling me this was a big, huge event.
It is. It's a restaurant called the Oasis in Franklin County in Winchester, and it's packed. So the parking lot. We got here early and still couldn't find a place to park.
Oh my gosh!
Street. So it is just a wonderful crowd, and a lot of people have moved into Franklin County, and they are solid conservative and solid pro-Trump. These people said, they lost their own states like California and other places. And Tennessee, they're coming with their conservative values and wanting us to stay Tennessee. Yeah. And I said, not to worry. And they recognize me. They watch committee meetings.
Oh.
And so the people that I had never met said, "Oh, Senator Bolin, thank you so much. We really appreciate your strong leadership," and just very, very cordial people and very conservative people. So this event is just, the word goes out, and they had said that I would be here, so I'm here. And if I were to go to the other counties at this point, I would spend all my time in the car.
I get you.
And so I appreciate you making the phone call, and I want to thank Warren County. I have a good showing there in Warren County. Scott Desjardins just came and said, "Janice, I think you're going to eke it through. You only have a little over 75% right now."
So, wow.
Janice.
So, I said, "Great," and I don't know what it is now. That's been 10 minutes ago.
Oh, that's great.
I was averaging like 8,000, and the Democrat would get about 2,000, and the Independent would get about 200 or 300. So that was kind of the pattern, depending on what each county carried. Now, I think Grundy County, which is a smaller county, I think I got about 90% of the vote in Grundy County.
Okay.
So yeah,
Congrats.
Thank you very much. It's just a blessing, but we've got to pull the top of the ticket. I feel like it's just going well for Trump right now, and I just hope and pray that we have some leadership that cares about America.
Yeah.
In DC.
And it's like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Senator Bowling, this is Jeff Barnes. One of the things that I think that why Warren County likes you so much and loves you so much is you come at least once a month and you take questions from the citizens that you come here to the administrative building and they their concerns, they come to you with their concerns each and every month, and you're one of the few that really makes that effort every month. And I think that's why you are so well loved here.
I do agree.
Jeff, I found out I did that. I started doing that when I was first elected. I think it's necessary to do that, to really know your people and know your county, so them to know you and know that they can talk to you. And I found out that I'm the only senator or representative. Nobody else in the General Assembly does that.
Wow.
And so I don't know how they really get to know a cross view of the county. You'll have, well, even when we have our town hall in Warren County, people who work and can't really come at 1 o'clock. There's some months it's 10, some months it's 20 people will come for lunch, and we'll have lunch there at the restaurant and just have a good time over lunch and sharing, breaking bread together and talking about different issues. And then a different set of people will be there at the Magnolia Room there at the administration building. But thank you for saying that. That to me is an important part of what I do as a senator. Now I get phone calls and groups that come to Nashville, so you get to know the people with different groups and different associations. But it's anybody and everybody knows they're welcome, and sometimes people meet each other there. They might live in the same county, but really not interface with each other under normal circumstances.
She was at her fair this year.
Yeah, and that's one thing. She was at her fair this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know she's not from Warren County, but she is an honorary Warren Countyan. Let's just call it what it is, guys. Come on.
Jana Wilson Ringeman.
There you go.
Under her wings.
Yeah.
When I first ran, and Jana, if she doesn't know everybody in Warren County, I'm not sure who it is she doesn't know. She was born and raised and was the postmaster or delivered the mail down the Martha area. And so she not only knows what your name is, but where you live.
Right.
And it's a blessing. And I have what I call Bowling County Captains. And Thomas Vaughn. Have y'all heard the jingle playing on the radio? Did y'all hear that?
I did, because we were at the radio station when we put it on.
Yeah, right. And Thomas Vaughn wrote that jingle.
That's right. Thomas B. Vaughn. Make sure you say that right, girl.
Absolutely. And I actually met him before I met Jana. I knew him when I was district director in the congressional office.
Yeah.
And so he has been a long time friend. He and Betty are just wonderful people and have done a lot to help me, and I appreciate that too. Well, but I can't start naming names because there's so many.
I know.
It's very hospitable.
And
it's a family, and I would be remiss if I didn't say we're all laughing together and rejoicing together, and we've all been grieving together over the last week. And that's just what happens. So when you get to know people, but it's sharing each other's joy and sharing each other's sorrow.
Exactly. But thank you so much for getting on giving us time, being on the show with us, because I know you got to get back to everything. And good luck tonight.
Thank you so much. God bless y'all. And I look forward. I'll be there again soon.
All right. See you, Janet.
See you.
Bye.
Okay.
Always good to get to talk to Janice.
Yeah, it is always good. And before we get to our next, I'm happy with our little turnout of guests. It's worked out in our favor so far. But before we get Trent Prater on with us. We do need to take a quick commercial break.
Okay.
So, with that said, everybody will
Warren
be right
First 931's 2024 election coverage will begin soon. They take pride in everything they do. Caring for the community, Jeff Barnes and Kelly Slaughter are two people you can trust. They have over 50 years of experience. Now, a word from our sponsors.
Come join us at 110 East Main Street for a farm-to-table experience all year long. We offer gluten-free, dairy-free, guilt-free goodness that will leave you feeling energized and satisfied with every bite. Our small batch from-scratch menu bursts with juice, shots, smoothies, soups, wraps, and sandwiches, and more prepared daily to give you all the nutrients your body craves. We never add powder, sugars, or anything you can't pronounce, so don't miss out on this delicious, healthy opportunity. Swing by and indulge in some wholesome goodness today at 110 East Main Street, McMinnville, Tennessee.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday and Saturday. We are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Planning an auction? Count on the Get It Done Auction Company. The Donald Hillis Realty and Auction Company. In business since 1991, they specialize in residential and commercial real estate with emphasis on farms and land. They can help you with estate settlements, business liquidations, and farm dispersals, including land, livestock, and equipment. Donald Hillis Realty and Auction Company, representing more and more families in estate auctions each and every day. Call 473-7774 or visit DonaldHillisRealty.com. Firm 2273.
hot. We're hot now.
Yeah.
We're hot mocking it. Hot mic. Watch out. Scoot right here, Trent.
Was the absentee ballots had to continue first before the other votes went in.
Okay.
Still,
Okay.
Still-
It's
okay, so
okay.
the
Y'all do your
absentee-
thing. Do your process.
we can start pulling out the votes.
So, so early voting numbers are how long away?
There were 12,000 votes, and all that's reported after if election integrity. We have the same likely
Getting a good word right now.
This is syrup.
Okay.
Integrity, and it's going to be.
You're fine. That's why we
I'm
were
just
voted
making-
number one. I brought the pamphlet. Look at that.
That's why yeah, that was Ray McKay. He who is on the election commission board.
Yeah.
He's letting us know that the absentee ballots are being counted right now. So hopefully they'll get those in, and then because we get early voting and absentee
All together.
so we'll get that together.
So with that said, continuing on with these amazing interviews, and I already see some folks lined up, and Scott Beanberger I'm going to have to apologize to him hardcore. But with that said, we have the one and only Trent Prater. He didn't have the unopposed again position for mayor of the town of Viola.
Oh, that's right.
So again, one of my biggest things, Trent, is, first off, how was the fair board meeting?
It was good.
Are y'all gearing up for the arts and crafts fair that's coming up?
No, we're gearing up for the Warren County Fair that's coming up.
Shut the front door already?
Yes, ma'am.
That's how this works. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you got state stuff coming up first,
Yeah,
and
we
then
got state stuff in
Okay.
January, and they've got all that compiled and getting all their entries in and this, that, and the other. And but
Okay.
yeah,
you're already
gearing
planning for next
well
year.
getting ready for Christmas in the village is
That's
the
what I
next
was thinking.
huge thing.
Yeah, that's their
Yeah.
next big, huge thing.
Yeah, first weekend in December.
So with that said, gearing back into the town of Viola, I mean, this is your, this is nothing that you're not new to.
No.
And, but is there any, upcoming plans for Viola? Like, are you aiming to serve better for the community? Like, is there going to be any new growth?
I'm always every day trying to do better than what I did the previous day.
Yeah.
Fortunately, with Viola, I don't foresee any growth. We're extremely lucky in that point that it's farmland.
Right.
And 4 or 5 families own the farmland, and they have no intentions of selling it that I know of. So there's really, in the surrounding areas that's not in the city limits of Iowa, there's growth. But as far as inside the city limits, no.
Because, a lot of people always, there's so much growth that can be had in our whole town of Warren County.
Right.
And when, I know it's a bad bug I'm about to mention, but when Morrison, did the whole thing, like, we're not an industrial park, we are a community,
right?
Which I totally understand that. But, as the people are coming in, do you see, like, in the next 4 or 5 years, something like that with Viola?
No, not really.
Okay.
The infrastructure is not there. Of course, we don't have the sewer, anything like that.
Okay.
And like I say, there's just only so much growth that Viola could ever do.
Right.
And it's actually, I've been down there since 1975, and it's actually went the opposite way as far as population.
Yeah.
We're down to less than 100 people, which is nice. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your tax bases and stuff,
it's not a bad thing to have.
You want the people for your tax revenue, but it is what it is. We make do.
As far as aldermen, you have to have a good team. You got Carolyn and Tim. I think they're the incumbents. Susan Wilson putting up a challenge, so 2 of the 3 get to come on board. How do you see that? And you had a chance to.
This is the first time it's been 5 aldermen and a mayor since 1901, and the population has gotten so low that I went to MTask and I said, "Hey, look, we're having a hard time getting people to run." And so they said, "Yeah, let us look at this." And they looked at it, done a study, and they said, you really want 2 aldermen instead of 5. So Tim, Susan, and Carolyn sit on the board now, along with Tim's son Arzy and with Chris Perry. So and Chris and Arzy decided that, hey, this isn't for us, or we don't want to run, or we're too busy. So it was Tim and Carolyn and Susan, and I've worked with all 3 of them. All 3 of them are wonderful people. If you're familiar with the Christmas in the park, all the decorations, all the Halloween, that is all Susan and Carolyn.
Wow.
They
do a phenomenal job.
They do every bit of it, and 99% of that comes out of their own pocket.
Of course it does.
Wow. And that's the thing with Viola. Viola is so small that, of course, none of us are paid. It's a free. Right. You're doing it for free.
It's for the community at the end of the day.
And you've got to have that volunteer spirit that it takes, with whether it's the fair board, the homecoming board at Viola, anything, because you're not making a dime off of it.
No.
Period. No. And you've just got to have that you want the best for the community, and just give.
Yeah.
And you give until you can't give anymore, and then you find a little bit more to give. And that's the thing with Viola, is you just do it because you love the community.
I love that. But with that said, thank you so much for coming on this show
no
and
problem. Thank
taking
you for
some
having
time.
me.
I was so glad. I was like, please try and answer your phone. Please, because he always answers the phone for me, either him or his son, one of the two.
Exactly.
And I thought in the back of my head, does he think I'm going to ask him for an interview or a technical issue?
No, either way, it don't matter. Yes, I'll
right.
always answer the phone for you or Jeff. Either one.
Yeah. He
Y'all are
always
great
has my
people.
back. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I always tell him when we do the karaoke at the fair, he's like, Kelly, but then of course your son's done it and he's done a phenomenal
Yes.
job. I love him to death. And me and him just crack up the whole
Oh,
time.
he absolutely. He looked at the first year he done that. He said, "You're not doing this again." He
Yeah.
goes, "I have too much fun watching these
Yes.
people."
Yes.
I'm like, okay, yeah.
If
whatever.
you've never been to the Warren County A&L Fair and seen Kelly's karaoke,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, between
You've got
me,
to show up.
Hilton, and the people,
Yes,
it's enough.
it is.
It's
It
like a
is.
show. It's a show. It's
It
a
is a
true show.
wonderful show, and
But-
hopefully we can expand on that next at
That's
this
the-
upcoming 2025 fair.
That's the goal. I've already talked to, changing some things in the fair book for the karaoke.
Exactly.
And I'm already going to say this now since we're talking about the fair. Kids karaoke is always, always on the Tuesday of the fair at 7:00.
That's right.
Always. And they're like, well, it wasn't in the book. And everybody thinks that book's the Bible.
Right.
And so I'm like, this year, guess what? It's in the book.
Yeah.
It's in the book. But thanks
Kelly's
again.
karaoke's coming back from Wonderland of Trees.
Oh, yeah. And Wonderland of Trees. Yeah.
There you go.
So tell your son I need help with music.
Well, I'll tell him.
He can do the
will
whole stand-up.
Yes, he'll love hearing that.
Yeah.
And maybe next year we can get Jeff to get up there and maybe sing a little something.
Y'all don't want that.
Hey, listen.
Y'all
This
don't want
year
that.
we had people sing it verbatim. We had people singing it with the artist.
Exactly.
I mean, you could sing it just mouthing it, and then I'll make you sound good.
Oh.
Yeah, or put him on the Road Again show.
Oh yeah, he would be really good.
The lip sync.
The lip sync.
I do it. I am your on the Road Again show, Lainey Wilson. So.
Oh, okay.
And I loved it. I went out to it. But thanks, Trent, for
Thank
coming
y'all
out.
so much for having me, and thank
Anytime.
everyone for that. I know the votes didn't really mean anything, but it means every vote
Yeah.
means the world to me
I love it.
because even though they're complimentary votes,
Exactly.
it lets me know that hey,
People
at least
still
maybe
care.
I'm not doing too bad of a job.
There you go.
So
Just wring his neck every now and then when you see him in public.
exactly, yeah.
All right, Trent. Thank you.
Hey, thank y'all.
All right, guys. With that said, we are going to take another commercial break, and then coming up on the show, as we're waiting for the results for early voting and
Yeah, we're looking for early voting.
absentees.
Yeah, early voting
I
absentee.
have, of course, another unopposed, Mr. Paul Sherrill. He is our state representative for the District 43. And so with that said, I'm thinking of where we're going with this. We're ready for break number 4. So here we
Warren
go.
First 931's 2024 election coverage will begin soon. They take pride in everything they do. Caring for the community, Jeff Barnes and Kelly Slaughter are two people you can trust. They have over 50 years of experience. Now a word from our sponsors.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has been serving the people of this region for 53 years, and we are fully committed to the people and the communities that place their trust in us. McMinnville in Warren County is just one of the 9 counties that we serve. With 4 convenient branch locations, along with 7 ATM and ITM locations, you can be assured that Citizens Tri-County Bank is close by. Committed to you and committed to the communities we serve. It truly is what makes Citizens Tri-County Bank the only community bank you'll ever need. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Did you know that McMinnville Drug Center is a compounding pharmacy? A one-size-fits-all approach to medications doesn't always work. Perhaps you need a different form of your medication or have an allergy to an inactive ingredient. That's where compounding comes in. Here are some benefits why to take advantage of McMinnville Drug Center over regular pharmacies that don't offer compounding. Compounding pharmacists have additional training to create medication suited to your needs. Our pharmacy lab has specialized tools to prevent cross-contamination. Call McMinnville Drug Center today and use our compounding lab to get started on a better you.
Ready to find your dream property? Paul Holder Realty and Auction has got you covered. Benefit from their 69 years of experience to find your perfect riverfront property, family home, or land to build your dream home. Their professional team also specializes in estates and auctions. Want to know your worth? Get an accurate evaluation from Paul Holder Realty and Auction and make your real estate dreams a reality. Give us a call at 473-7321.
Right. With that said, as we're waiting relentlessly, I'm going to start using a lot more different words, and everybody's like, "Man, you got big words."
It's a big, there's a lot of people that turned out.
Yeah.
When you think about over 2.1 million people in Tennessee voted all over the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, will we know a winner tonight? We hope so. Right now, Trump's big in the key states so far.
That's correct. And with that said, another unopposed in this race, of course, is our for the 43rd state representative is Mr. Paul Sherrill. Good afternoon or good evening. Good evening. Well,
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here this evening.
You're welcome. So, with that said, we kind of talked about before we got back on air, talk about how easy this time around. I know during the primary there was, you had two people running against you. But how has the transition from that to now, how has it been for you?
A big difference. Actually, this is my first time of not actually having competition in the general. First time since I was first running elected in 2016. I've always had a primary and always had a general. So it's a big difference.
Yeah.
You just stay busy all the time somewhere, if you're not trying to be in the campaign field. You got things to do at home. You got things and places people want you to be in Nashville or somewhere, a meeting all the time. So there's something going on.
Is this time around, are you surprised that there was no Democratic candidate that
that's
qualified?
what I was thinking.
But because you knew that August was going to decide, who was going to get the next 4 years. Or was you surprised that there was no Democratic challenger that filed?
A little bit, yes, because I've always had someone, either an independent or a Democrat or both, and it's just it's a little bit shocking to know that, not having somebody, and it is a blessing from the good Lord to not have nobody to.
There's pros and cons, right?
Yeah. So, but it's good, and I can't believe I'm here doing what I'm doing as a state representative. I mean, it's a challenge in life, a blessing in life, and I try my best to, of course, first, in first of being elected, of course, we had Grundy County, all of Grundy County, about two-thirds of Warren, and then all of White, and now in the redistricting 2 years ago, now it's all Warren County. And all of White County. So it's changed from your voting, but I always try my best to make sure that I thank Warren County. Warren County has been great to me.
I was going to say,
throughout the years,
actually, if you want to say in the last two times of running in the primary,
Warren County carried you.
Warren County has carried me through with the help of the good Lord. I mean, it's happened, I'm telling you. So, but we try our best to be both places in White County and do things we need to do. And then we hopefully try to be in Warren County at different things that's going on and things that need to be helped. But I just had a if you want to say a clique up
Yeah.
at White County that works against me in White County. And that's part of it.
Yeah.
You know, I try
Being in
to
politics in general, right?
it's politics. And sometimes if you don't do what some of these people
Yeah.
want you to do, then they're going to work against you.
Yeah.
But you know, that's just part of it.
I always say it is what it is. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah. I try to listen to the people,
Yeah.
not one person. So I think that makes a difference when you do that.
Yeah, you
know?
make relationships, you make those lasting connections when you talk to the people.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I try my best, and it don't happen all the time. When people call me or some way by email or something, I try my best to reach back out to them. And you know, if they have an issue, if my legislative assistant don't take care of the need to help these people, I try my best to make sure I call them back and try to do, you know, what I can to help them, you know, when they have an issue come about.
Yeah.
So.
But with that said, you know, before one of the big questions is there any projects you can talk to us about that you want, like, that's moving forward? Now that you already know you have this position and you've been in it for 4 years now, or is it 4 or 6 years now? And what is something that you've already started that you want to see go through?
Something I'd like to really see happen. Some different things that we've been working on through our Tennessee State Parks. We've been working on them ever since we actually was first elected.
Yeah.
To see in White County,
right?
Scotts Guff, which was Virgin Falls Wilderness, and now it will be, when everything's done, it'll be Scotts Guff Wilderness State Park.
Okay.
So that'll be a big project. Our parks, just like Rock Island State Park, is very important.
It is.
And then, of course, here in Warren County, working on this park up here, the Cardwell Mountain, which is sort
That's
of
new.
right now it's sort of closed to the public till they get a lot of things set up there for the people to come into. So that'll be another good thing for Warren County to have another park, you know, where there's a lot of history up there. There's a lot of things that's happened up there that I didn't know, but we've been up there. Some of us have, and they've tried to show us some of the things that's up there that will be good for people to go see.
Yeah. And then before you came here, did you have a chance to go visit the big watch party event at the Park Theater?
We was over there earlier. Was
it a full crowd?
When we left over there to come over here, there was probably about 100 people there. When we first got there, it was probably 50. We got there a little bit before 6, and probably about 50 people, and people just kept coming in. Yeah,
and again, the event that I'm talking about, it is hosted by the Republican Party, but it's invitation for everyone.
Yes.
Come out and enjoy it. There's going to be, you know, you get to watch the live music. There's praying. There's bands playing, singing. You know, it's just a good time for all of us to be, instead of divided, be united and be Warren strong. So whether you're an independent or a Democrat, you are so welcome to go, because this is actually sponsored by several businesses in our community, and it's just, but the Republican Party just hosted it. To clarify on that, because everybody said it was sponsored by the Republican Party, and I was like, no, it wasn't. But thank you for coming on the show, and good luck, or congratulations. I shouldn't say good luck. I've been saying that to some folks.
Yeah, we can say good luck whenever he has to go back. You know, when he has to go back to work
good
over
luck
in Nashville.
How work is in Nashville. Tell Janice and everybody we said hello.
And if I can say, to the people out there listening, if there's something that we can help people with in the district, please call the office and talk to Brian, my legislative assistant, and I hope that we can help them. And again, I try my best to share the number. It's 615-741-1963.
Yeah.
So give us a call if we can help
Wide
you.
Open.
And again, thank y'all very much. Thank Warren County, thank White County, and thank the good Lord above.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Mr. Sherrill.
All right.
All right. Again, so many things are going on. We are waiting diligently I love that. I love the box.
Yeah, when you see boxes coming in,
the box is coming.
That's coming.
But
So-
with that said, we were going to take a quick. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, earlier we heard from Mr. McKay with the election commission.
Yeah.
They're counting the absentee ballots, and if I'm not mistaken, there was like 317.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot to be counted. That is why, right now we're at almost 20 after 8, and we do not have the early vote and the absentee numbers. The absentee, there's a lot to count.
And they want to make sure to get it right, and they got to count it once, twice, or 3 times just to make sure before they come out here.
And then
that's
whenever
why
it comes out, and when it comes out,
they're ranked number 1 in election integrity. Okay.
That's right. And so that's why we have to, and when they get the early voting, we get the early voting and the absentee numbers, and that's another good sign to see.
Oh my
we got
gosh,
more and
more people are coming behind us. I love it. Uh-oh. Help her, Melody. She's about to drop her stuff. Never mind.
Well,
there she goes.
Okay.
But with that said, we are going to take a quick break, and coming back on the radio, we're going to have Mr. Brian Carr.
Warren First 931's 2024 election coverage will begin soon. They take pride in everything they do. Caring for the community, Jeff Barnes and Kelly Slaughter are 2 people you can trust. They have over 50 years of experience. Now a word from our sponsors.
Come join us at 110 East Main Street for a farm-to-table experience all year long. We offer gluten-free, dairy-free, guilt-free goodness that will leave you feeling energized and satisfied with every bite. Our small batch from-scratch menu bursts with juice, shots, smoothies, soups, wraps, and sandwiches, and more prepared daily to give you all the nutrients your body craves. We never add powder, sugars, or anything you can't pronounce, so don't miss out on this delicious, healthy opportunity. Swing by and indulge in some wholesome goodness today at 110 East Main Street, McMinnville, Tennessee.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday and Saturday. We are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovation.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
You can introduce them.
All right. Welcome back to the 2024 election coverage. I'm Jeff Barnes.
I'm Kelly.
And we have Mr. Brian Carr now with us. And Kelly, I'll let you take it away.
So with that said, I wanted Brian to come on here. He's kind of been my honorary guest about political things, Christmas things, and everything else. He's a man of many hats. And right now we're going to talk political stuff because I want to first talk about your watch party. I've heard so many good things about it.
Well, Kelly, thank you for having me. And
You're
Jeff,
welcome.
you guys are doing a great job. I got to listen to you on the way over. I was at one of the polling areas working as a registrar today, and it was so much fun. We got to see so many people in the southern part of the county, and just what wonderful people. So thank you, Shells Ford Baptist Church, for allowing us to be there. And we want to invite everybody. This is for everybody.
Yes.
So please come out to the Park Theater tonight. We're going to be rocking and rolling all night long, tallying up the election results, singing, dancing. We're going to be having a good time. So we really appreciate everybody to come. Well, until Joe Harvey kicks us out. But thank you, Joe.
We love you, Joe.
Yes, we do.
And we just got word. My wife just sent just word a while ago an update on the electorals. 113 for Harris, 195 for Trump.
There you go. A big lead. What percent? So, math man, what percentage is that?
Well, right now he's over 60%. Still need the 270. So, he needs 75 more to get the 270. So,
wow.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
And I want to tell everybody while we're on here, even though after tonight we're going to have unofficial results because it's going to take a couple of days to get those last minute absentee ballots and everything, right? Or how does that work?
Well, hopefully, they're getting the absentee to us hopefully here soon, along with the early voting.
Okay.
So we'll get those numbers, and then the precincts. We saw a bunch of people going in, so we're going to get those. I'm thinking once the early voting and the absentee come out, then here comes the precincts. We've been waiting almost an hour and a half. The polls have been closed for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So we've been waiting. We've been waiting a while. I've been on elections. I've been doing it for almost 40 years. So this is, this is not, when you have big elections like this being a big one because of it being it's a big presidential election. There's a lot of things going on here locally, too, that people need to be concerned about.
Well, let me tell you what I saw at the polling place that I was at. On each page, it has a list of people, and nearly half of the book was loaded down with people who have already voted. So
from this morning, probably
from the early
voting.
Yeah, because.
But so we were just finishing out pages, and it was amazing to see the turnout. And from where we were at, there were well over 300 people that came out to Shells Ford just today at Shells Ford.
Great.
Well, we talked earlier about it's good to get out there and early vote if you want to go ahead and because you don't know what's going to happen election day. Mm-hmm. But there are traditionalists that come on election day and they show up to vote. It's kind of like, oh, okay, I know I can get out there and early vote, but I want to do it on election day.
Yeah. And you hear different people say things. Senator Bolin, who was on earlier, she is a big advocate for voting on election day. And one of the things that I really wish we can push in Warren County is to close the schools for election day. The school system is one of our largest employers here in the county.
That is true.
And we really want, because other counties, they're taking this way more seriously than what we have in the past. So it would be great to teach the children, hey, this is such an important thing. And this changes the way people live, the changes economies, and not overnight. And it's not one person, but after it's all said and done with, we look back at the history and we say, hey, look, this president had these policies and this changed the country this way. So this is very important for our children as well to see.
I want to think that one time we used to get out for school.
I thought we did, or did a half a day or something?
Well, I think we got out because there used to be some, I think the middle school, which used to be the high school, it was a polling place. And so, and I remember I think that we did get out for election day.
Yeah.
Because you had some schools, and I think maybe Centertown was one of them. They, of course, they had two at the time, the school and the community center. So I think they closed school because, don't want to get, traffic congestion and, plus two.
Yeah.
Now, I heard a great story today about Irving College. There was an older gentleman there, and he was telling us about what his granddaddy, how he used to vote. And back in Irving College somewhere, they used to have an old oak tree with a knot in the hole in it, and people would put their votes in there.
You're kidding. Clean that out. You cut the tree down?
That's where everybody voted. Now, you got to remember, the community was probably much smaller back when his granddaddy was there.
True, but still, you cut a perfectly good tree down to get get stuff out of the nut. I don't know what to say.
I don't want to be the one who has to stick his hand in the knot hole and pull out the
No,
squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
And then what if the squirrel ate my vote?
Yeah.
Let's just say what it is.
Thank God they didn't have social media back then.
Oh, I know. Those squirrels would have been gone by then, just like those Bradford pears. I'm just going to throw that out there. No. Smell something in the air. No. But again, it's always exciting having Brian on here and seeing the movement. I will have to say, since he's been on the show and we've been pushing voting and, go register. I want to say this because this morning, when I was setting up, there was a gentleman here and he missed the deadline to vote and he looked a lot younger in his maybe mid-20s. And he goes, "Did you get to vote?" And I said, "Yeah." And he looked so upset. And I know it's unfortunate, but it made my heart just like get so much bigger because he was so upset that he missed it, And so I told him, I said, go on the app it's called Go Vote 10. And I'll say this again, if you are not a registered voter and on this biggest day of our lives of this new change, because we're going to get a new president, whether it's Kamala Harris or whether it's former President Trump. Again, you can go on that app and already get yourself registered for the next one to come. And I told him, dude, just open it up right now and get it over with. And he downloaded the app before he left. And then I also had some people here when I was waiting in line to get into the building because the doors were still locked when I got here early. I hear that's Jason Hillis's fault. I'm just going to say that now. Because of the time change.
Yeah, the time change. The time change don't like us either.
No, the time change don't.
We had to deal with it yesterday.
Right. But with that said, I had two people they're like, "Are you here to vote?" And I said, "No, I'm not here to vote." But I said, "Hold on a second." I literally called. I went back on my notes when Brian texted about the phone number and I called the election office and they on my phone got both of their addresses and said, "You go here, you go there." And they were like, "Thank you so much." And I was like, "No, thank you for voting."
Yes.
Like, I think it should be praised more than ever. This is me and Brian have said it. You've said it voting is a privilege. And I feel like if we don't utilize our privileges as Americans in the freedom that we have in this country, one day, I don't know, we could lose them. I always feel like if you don't use it, you lose it. Because that's what my mom used to say about her toys and stuff, So I think it's in the same sense.
Well, Kelly, you'll be excited to know. Talking with the folks, and you got to remember, this is my first year doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked with a wonderful group of ladies that schooled me, that taught me everything that I needed to know to get through the day. And they were just amazed of how many brand new voters have turned out. And normally they say we have maybe 2 or 3. We had over 30 brand new voters at that polling place. So, Kelly, you're doing the Lord's work. You're getting the message out.
Trying.
Well, and also too, doing the websites here for the county. One time during this year, I've had to update it. We had over 23,000. Now we're over 4,300. So just this year, we have gained overall in the county, I think, an extra 1,300.
Well, this will be the largest election in the history of Warren County. More people voted in this ever. And so, guys, you're part of history. And thank you so much for everything that you do. I'm getting ready to head over to the Park Theater.
You should.
I'm going to boogie down. I'm going to get excited. I might even sing a song or two. Hey, we might even break out some karaoke.
Why not? If I'm over, I'll be coming over if y'all still open. I'll sing a tune for y'all real fast. I'm ready for it. But thank you so much, Brian, for coming on and hanging out with me and being a part of Warren First 931's election coverage.
Kelly, Jeff, it's been an honor. You have a great night. Thank you for what you're doing. And guys, remember to like, subscribe to this channel, and and keep it first.
Yes.
Right.
See, I've trained him well.
You have.
I love it. I love it. And, with that said, just talking about breaking down the precincts, there's 20 precincts that are going to be turned in tonight on top of the early voting.
Yeah, and I get a feeling we're going to get a flurry.
I have a feeling.
Once the early voting and the absentee come out, I get a feeling that right behind it.
Do you feel it? I feel like we're about to get.
I do.
Did you put enough deodorant on? Because my hot flashes are about to come.
I think, when you see a lot of them start going in, the people that are at the, the polling places, and they're in, and when they go in there, and it's like, okay, now it's going to get busy here in just a minute. Earlier we had Ralph Chastain on. It's a lot better for him this year because this time around he didn't have any competition. Back 4 years ago, he had Billy Wood and Brent Simmons going up against him.
Yeah.
He had 1,890. Billy Wood, who has been an alderman many times before him, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we lost.
We did. He
lost
passed
Billy.
away a few days ago, and our hearts and prayers go out to the Billy Wood family and Miss Julie. I remember she was my AP psychology teacher at the high school. I don't know if she still teaches, but she was always the delight. And my mom and dad were good friends with Mr. Wood, and just it was just a hard time, going on, that we have been having a lot of deaths and devastation in our community. And one thing I thought, we need a positive. And so I did create a prayers first page on our Warren First page. And if you have a prayer request, whether it's detailed or short or unspoken, there's so many prayer warriors in our community that would help a perfect stranger. So if you have a prayer request, please put them on that page. It's pinned to the top on both on Facebook. So please do that.
And Billy got 1,694. It was a good showing there. Brent Simmons with 655. Here comes Mr. McKay. I think he's got some good news for us. And
you hear it here first, guys.
We do. We have absentee and early voting numbers. Are we ready?
Ooh.
All right, here we go. This is early voting and absentee. In the president's race, you got Trump and Vance, 9,248. Harris and Walz, 2,693. So right now, almost 76.7% of the vote for Donald Trump.
Okay.
And that's just early voting. Bowman, 19. One of the things that I've been hearing a lot today is Green Party candidate Jill Stein possibly make an impact to the detriment of Kamala Harris. That is what I've heard.
Same thing, because speaking as a woman, us women are looking for a great representative, and if you have two candidates up there, it does saturate the vote.
Yeah.
So
Marsha Blackburn, 8,688. Gloria Johnson, 2,649. Of course, Marsha Blackburn was 75% of the vote, looking strong in Warren County. Chandler, 125. Pamela Moses with 70, and Justina Robinson with 43.
Okay.
District 4, U.S. House of Representatives, Scott Desjardins, 7,987. Victoria Broderick, 2,359. Keith Nolan, 217, and Ernest Inslee with 151. And there goes more in there. That's good to see.
I love
almost 75% of the vote for Scott Desjardins, who's always strong here in Warren County. District 6, John Rose has 90, and Lori Bergman has 33. So right now with 73% of the vote. Janice Bowling in District 16, 8,304.
Wow.
Another strong showing. Wayne Steele with 2,175, and Scott Bean, the independent, with 393. Paul Sherrill, who we had on earlier, 9,286 complimentary votes.
Oh, there you go. And he should be happy with those.
And on the mayor of Centertown race right now, 44 for Ramona Mathis, 37 for John Hankins.
Okay.
Close
race right there.
And 3 write-ins. Alderman Town of Centertown, Michael Mathis, the only one on the list with 71. There are 8 write-ins. City of McMinnville, Ryle Chastain, 2,454 complimentary votes.
Give him a complimentary clap.
Yeah, on the alderman race, this is how it looks.
This is the hot one.
This is what happened on the early voting so far. Sally Brock has 1,540. Kara Youngblood has 1,221.
Wow.
Rachel Kirby, 1175. That is your top three. Stacy Harvey is 63 back in fourth at 1112. Jeremy Hamilton has 884, and there are 12 write-ins. So right now, on the early voting, it is Brock, Kirby, and Youngblood.
And I'm really not surprised to hear that the women are in the lead right now, because the big push the past couple of years now has been, we need some more women leaders, and maybe this is that time.
Well, right now you've got Carrie Morton and you've got Sally Brock.
Yeah.
That's on there along with Rachel.
Yeah.
So
Stacy just get this. That means that Steve Harvey will be the only male alderman we have. It will be on.
yes, if Stacy,
Here we go.
if he cannot win, then Steve Harvey will be he and Ryle will be the only male representatives.
If that happens, good luck.
Steve can handle it.
Mayor, Town of Iowa, Trent's got 25 complimentary votes.
Here you go, Trent.
Alderman, Town of Morrison, Adam Bolden, 117, Sue Jones, 93, Samantha Bolden with 91.
Oh.
And on the alderman race, where there are two of the three, only two will get elected. Right now, it's Garrison, 21, Susan Wilson, 14, Tim Templeton, 13.
Okay, there you go. And one cool thing about Adam Bolden and I think it's Samantha Bolden, that's husband and wife right there again.
Yep.
And again, we just talked to Sally Brock and how her and her husband, they were a powerhouse. And again, it's another opportunity to maybe see if another powerhouse can come through it.
Speaking of alderman, you ready? You want to hear these numbers here?
Yes.
From 2020, Sally got 1,701 total. Rachel Kirby got 1,382. Stacy Harvey got 1,337. Carrie Morton had 1,069. Now, if that sounds familiar, Carrie is currently an alderman. She ran in 2020, did not get in the top three, but she would run 2 years later. I'll have those numbers.
Okay.
Jay Medley had 1,081. Nathan Maxwell, 878, and Dennis Cronledge had 546. And that was the alderman race where we had 7 fighting for 3 spots. That was in 2020.
Wasn't that when we had all the sheriffs too?
Sheriff was that was 2018.
Okay.
That was
a lot.
The sheriff's race.
It reminds me of that.
Alderman race in 2022. Steve Harvey, which he'll be up in 2 years, 1,257. Deetra Dunlap with 1,005. And Carrie Morton with 919. Unseated Everett Brock, who was the incumbent, by 7 votes.
Wow.
It was 919 to 912. So Everett was knocked out of the race by Carrie Morton. So Carrie, unsuccessful in 2020, ran again 2022, which the alderman seats are staggered. So you can do that every 2 years if you want to. Larry York had 762. Jeremy Richardson had 626. That was 2 years ago. Wow. So right now you've got, in 2 years, in 2026, Steve Harvey, Deetra Dunlap, and Carrie Morton, they'll be running for re-election, which right now, we're going to see if Sally, Rachel, and right now,
and Youngblood hold the position.
Right now,
if that happens.
Kara has got the early lead on early voting, and she leads. I think it was 63
I
votes.
can't tell you that till it goes down. It's at the end.
Okay. Oh.
Sorry, I stole the paper.
But again, and I want to say thanks to Amanda, my BFF, that if I ever need anything, she's a part of Warren First. The numbers at the bottom that are scrolling are the early voting results.
These are, yes, what you're seeing
and
on the
with
screen.
Absentees, right?
Yes, these are early voting and absentee numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you can check that out as we're getting them and coming in.
And it's amazing right now. 63 votes separates third from fourth.
Wow.
So
we said that the alderman race was going to be one of the hottest.
It's going to be, but here's the thing on this one. Sally looks pretty solid right now in the early morning.
She has a huge following.
But look at 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. You've got Kara, who right now has the number 2 spot with 1,221. Rachel Kirby's got 1,175. That's your top 3. And as we said, Stacy is 63 back at 1,112. Yeah. So right now, 2, 3, and 4 is very, very close. And we'll see if Jeremy Hamilton makes a jump. Right now, he has the 5 spot. So, yeah. But we were talking about Trump earlier. We've seen Trump go up each and every year. And in early voting, it'll be interesting to see, what he gets today and how many votes, how many people all totaled. I'll be excited to see I'm excited to see that almost half of Warren County registered voters came out early and voted. And
that's awesome, guys. Compared to the primary.
And if you see in the, behind us, my office is back there behind those doors. Have to go all the way back to the right. We have a good view seeing early voting, and they were averaging at one time, 700-800 a day. And it was amazing because the line would stretch behind the bit. I mean, you
40 minute waits at a certain point in the line. Yeah, I was there.
I think we waited. We voted day 4 of early voting. Day 2. So day 2.
I'm just gonna say day 2.
So we would watch the line, and it would stay constant.
Yes.
All day long.
And I was talking to Susie on Monday's show, guys, and talking about registered voters. We have, I want to say, around 1,200 new registered voters in this race.
Yes.
And they saw that as a big push. And this is not people that changed their address. These are new registered voters, which is amazing. And we're over the 25,000 mark in the Warren County community of registered voters.
I'll be updating that on the website.
That's correct. You need to get those numbers, get them. But I just, again, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent, this is our time. As I call myself the little people, you're putting these people in this position that you think is going to take care of you the best. I don't think of Barnes or like when we go in and vote, you vote for yourself. Right. Because you vote for that person that you think is going to represent you well, take care of you, take care of your family. Because at the end of the day, if there was a zombie apocalypse, we are going to be who are we going to take care of? Number one. I say Warren first all the time, but I'm being honest because at the end of the day, we want to take care of ourselves and make sure that person has the best interest at heart for us.
Yeah. Who's watching out for our tax dollars.
But whoever you vote for, if you think that is the best candidate, you have every right to push that red button for that person. So, and everybody I've seen, whether they're Republican or Democrat or independent, I'm like, good for you, go. Yes. I just think it's great.
Exercise that right. And, we can't stress that enough. And adding to the totals today. And I think Brian said that is it Shellsford? He said that there was about 300.
300 and that he was counting
up today. And that, I mean,
that's
if
amazing.
it's like that all over the county, we could probably get, and we won't know until we get the final numbers. Mm-hmm. It would be nice if it's over 80%. If we get over 80%, that is wonderful because y'all and I know in August there wasn't much on the ballot. We only had the property assessor's race,
right.
And we had a few state races. The presidential was not on the ballot. We had 18%.
Yeah,
all totaled. That's early voting and day of election. We only had 18%.
That was sad. I'm just going to say it. It was really sad.
But this right here. But and. You would like to see it all the time, and I know the presidential elections tends to stir. It stirs people up. It gets them out. It gets them voting. It makes them want to, that's the one that stirs them up. That wants to get, they want to get out there and vote. the local issues are important as well, because we've got the mayor, the mayor and alderman's race. Right now we're going to, in 2 years at this time, we're going to have another alderman
That's
race,
correct.
not a mayor's race, but we'll have another alderman race, staggered. We're going to have we're going to have a county election coming up in 2026. Now, it's not going to be as big as 2022, because 2030 will be the next big one that's got not only all the local races, but the judges and the DA and all that. So,
and we will be, if we're still kicking, we will be here.
I hope to be kicking.
Huh? We'll be dominating.
We'll be dominating. We'll be dominating.
I
We'll be
love it.
bigger. We'll be bigger than we are now.
Exactly. So with that said, me and Barnes are going to take a quick break. And as you see, don't forget, check out the early voting results here. And don't forget to spread the word around, tag your friends, let them know that you have heard it here first. We were right outside the door of the Election Commission's office, and they handed to us.
Oh, actually.
First. Oh, wait, now I'm not going to take a break.
Oh, we're going to start. We've got a lot here. We have Westwood Church.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to mark them off.
Westwood Church. This is how it looks. Trump and Vance has 494. Harrison Waltz with 131. De La Cruz and Garcia got 1. Robert Kennedy Jr., I forgot. RFK is still on the ballot here in Tennessee. He got 6. None for Jill Stein, which is kind of surprising, because I've been hearing her name come up a lot.
Same. That does shock me.
In the U.S. Senate race, Marsha Blackburn 459, Gloria Johnson 136, Chandler with 7, Moses 4, and Robinson with 1. District 4, House of Representative, once again, Scott Desjardins 428, Victoria Broderick with 130, Nolan with 12, Inslee with 5. District 16, Janice Bowling, 437, Wayne Steele, 112, and Scott Bean with 26.
There you go.
Paul Sherrill got 495 complimentary votes. Ryle Chastain, 271 complimentary votes in the mayor's race. Alderman race from the Westwood Church. This is how it looks over there. It's close between 2 through 4 again.
Oh, gosh.
Sally Brock, 166. She had the most. But listen to this. Kara Youngblood, 121. Stacey Harvey, 113. Rachel Kirby, 112. Jeremy Hamilton with 91.
Oh, my gosh.
So 2 through 4 separated
close.
by 8 votes at Westwood. That's Westwood Church. That's amazing.
That is wild, guys. Wild.
Let's see here.
Who we got now?
I'm not.
I don't.
We just received one from Mr. McKay. Okay, this looks like a summary total of 5 precincts reporting. Okay, thank you. 5 of the 19 reporting. This is how it looks so far. Once again, this is 5 out of 19 reporting. 10,070 for Trump and Vance, 2,902 for Harrison Waltz, almost 77% for Trump.
Yes.
Robert Kennedy Jr. had 69, Bowman 21, Stein with 20.
Okay, there she is.
Marsha Blackburn in the U.S. Senate race, 9,420. Gloria Johnson, 2,878. Chandler 142. Moses with 84. Robinson 48. District 4, House of Representatives, Scott Desjardins, 8,678. 2,548 for Victoria Broderick, 242 for Nolan, 173 for Inslee. John Rose with 90. Lori Bergman with 33. In the 16th District Senate race, Janice Bolin, 9,014. Wayne Steele, 2,343. Scott Bean with 443. Paul Sherrill, 10,149 complimentary votes. Mayor Centertown race, 44 for Ramona Mathis, 37 for John Hankins. Michael Mathis with 71 complimentary votes. The alderman for Centertown. Ryle Chastain, 2,730 complimentary votes. In the alderman race, another close one.
Here we
in
go.
2 through 4. This is 5 of 19 reporting. 1,672 for Sally Brock. Carrie Youngblood has 1,347. Rachel Kirby, 1,258. Stacy Harvey with 1,205.
Okay.
And Jeremy Hamilton with 964.
Still.
2 through 4 is still close. That's 5 of 19 reporting. Alderman Town of Morrison, 117 for Adam Bolden, 91 for Samantha Bolden, but Sue Jones with 93. And Trent Prater got still with 25 complimentary votes. In the not much change in the alderman race in Viola, 21 for Garrettson, 14 for Wilson, 13 for Templeton.
There you
That's
go.
5 of the 19.
And as he's promised, they're rolling in. So
They
we'll take
are.
a break once we get a little pause.
Redemption Center now. Trump and Vance with 753. Harrison Waltz with 262. Bowman with 2. Robert Kennedy Jr. with 2. And Jill Stein with 3. U.S. Senate race, Marsha Blackburn, 682. Gloria Johnson, 268. Chandler with 17. Told you we're becoming fast and furious. District 4, Scott Desjardins, 639. Victoria Broderick, 227. In the Senate race, by the way, Inslee, 19, Nolan, 16. That's in District 4. District 16, Janice Bowling, 646. Wayne Steele, 210. Scott Bean, 49. Paul Sherrill was 790 complimentary votes. Ryle Chastain for mayor, 433 complimentary votes. Once again, this is Redemption Center.
Yeah.
Alderman, 229 for Sally Brock. I think we can say Sally is still pretty solid at that number 1 spot. 223 for Carrie Youngblood. And you've got Stacy Harvey, 166. Jeremy Hamilton, 163. Rachel Kirby, 157. That's from the Redemption Center.
Wow. This is going to be a tight race with our aldermen.
It is.
And you can kind of tell when they're close like this, Jeff. You can agree with me. People are wanting to change. We just don't know what change is going to be right now.
Yeah, right now it could be all female with the exception of Steve Harvey and Ryle Chastain.
That's right.
We'll have a mayor and alderman and
I love it. I love it.
We have 2 more. Let's start first with the Bonner Church.
Okay.
397 for Trump and Vance, 86 for Harrison Waltz, 2 for Stein and 1 for Robert Kennedy Jr. U.S. Senate, 363 for Marsha Blackburn, 86 for Gloria Johnson, Chandler with 8, Moses 3, Robinson 2. District 4, Scott Desjardins, 351, Victoria Broderick with 72, Nolan 8, Inslee with 5. District 16, Janice Bowling, 348, Wayne Steele with 70, Scott Bean with 19, and Paul Sherrill with 401 complimentary votes. That's at the Bonner Church.
Okay.
3-Star Mall is how this one looks.
Let's go.
541 for Trump and Vance, 192 for Harrison Waltz, 3 for Bowman, Robert Kennedy Jr. with 6. U.S. Senate race, Marsha Blackburn, 494, Gloria Johnson, 188. So we can say Marsha's still strong in Warren County.
Yeah.
Scott Desjardins, obviously strong in District 4, 460. Victoria Broderick, 163. Inslee with 10 and Keith Nolan with 19. District 16, Janice Bowling, 478. Wayne Steele, 147. Scott Bean with 22. Paul Sherrill, 555 complimentary votes. That's at 3-Star Mall. Ryle Chastain, 247 complimentary votes. Ready for the alderman?
Yes, I
From
am.
the 3-Star Mall. Sally Brock with 150. Carrie Youngblood, 107. Stacy Harvey with 99. Rachel Kirby with 93. And Jeremy Hamilton with 65. And that is at 3-Star Mall. So right now on the alderman's race, you got Sally, who's a solid 1, obviously.
Yeah.
But 2 through 4, is still close. You're probably looking right now. Stacy's closing the gap a little bit, maybe behind Rachel, but right now, Kara's
strong
holding
front, man.
from on the 2 through 4. Even though it's close, I think right now we're seeing Kara at a solid 2 for right now. But we still got more to go, and it could come down between Rachel and Stacy. So it could be we're going to have right now it's looking like 2 of the 3 could be 2 of the 3 incumbents could come away with a victory.
There you go. I love it. And like you said, they keep it coming. This is great, guys.
Yeah. Midway, Trump and Vance with 360, Harrison Waltz with 73, Bowman with 1, Robert Kennedy Jr. With 3, and Jill Stein had 1. U.S. Senate race, Marsha Blackburn 335, Gloria Johnson with 77, Chandler with 5, Robinson 2, Moses 1. District 4, Scott Desjardins with 309, Victoria Broderick with 67, Inslee and Nolan each with 7. District 16, Janice Bowling with 322, Wayne Steele with 58, Scott Bean with 10, and Paul Sherrill 357 complimentary votes, and that is from Midway.
And then we got, is that it for right now?
That's what we have right now. But if I go back to the 5, and I know
the summary, yeah.
If I go back to the summary, you have
that
5.
Should be the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then with the early.
Okay, so we have
6 turned in right now.
Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got 8 all. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I just
we
checked
do have
everything.
5. Okay, so Mr. McKay is catching up with us.
There you go.
So we're okay right now. The electorals are saying 188 for Trump, 99 for Harris, and my wife put on Facebook a while ago it was 195 to 113.
That's right.
As one of the as
we're seeing, and one of the big swing states that people have been talking about has been Pennsylvania, and seeing how that was going to turn out. And I'm very curious to see which way they're going to sway. I don't know if they've turned, huh?
Right now it's blue.
Okay.
Not a definite color.
Okay.
It's
okay.
Not,
Thank you.
So nothing decided as of yet, but yeah, with the 5 of 19, Sally with almost 26% of the vote, Karen with 20, and then you got 20.83, Rachel with 19.45%, and then Stacy Harvey with 18.63%.
Yeah.
So 2 through 4 is close.
It's very close. And we're going to take a real quick commercial break.
And we'll have more to give. I'm sure there'll be more coming in.
Yeah. So just stick around. We'll be right back, guys. I promise.
Warren First 931's 2024 election coverage will begin soon. They take pride in everything they do. Caring for the community, Jeff Barnes and Kelly Slaughter are 2 people you can trust. They have over 50 years of experience. Now a word from our sponsors.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins.
And we're back. Okay, we're back at Ward First 931. It's the 2024 election coverage, and you hear it here first. Go Barnes. It's another one.
We got another one. This is from the courthouse now.
Okay.
Trump and Vance 658. Harrison Waltz 224. Bowman with 3. Fruit and Richter one vote.
Yeah.
Robert Kennedy Jr. with 9. And that is it for the presidentials. U.S. Senate race, Marsha Blackburn 631, Gloria Johnson 229, Chandler 13, Moses 4, Robinson 1. District 4, Scott Desjardins 597, Victoria Broderick with 216, Inslee with 16, and Keith Nolan 13. District 16, Janice Bolin 631, Wayne Steele 193, Scott Bean with 26. Paul Sherrill 690 complimentary votes. Ryle Chastain for mayor, 703 complimentary votes. Once again, this is courthouse. Ready?
Yes.
Here we go. 432 for Sally, keeping her strong and in first place. You've got second with Rachel Kirby.
Oh, there we go. Here's
at 361. Kara with 346. Stacey Harvey 340.
Wow.
Jeremy Hamilton 272. So once again, and this is the courthouse, and once again, it stays extremely close.
And when we see stuff like that, I'll reiterate this all day long. This just shows why local elections are so important.
Yes.
And and whether these people win or lose or don't get to move forward, they should know at the end of this that people saw value in them.
And also too, nobody should ever say my vote doesn't count.
Yeah.
Tell that to Rachel and Kara and Stacy right now, who are battling 2 of the 3.
Terry Bell's wife Becky is trying to sugar us up.
She's trying to
with her cupcakes. You know what? Going back on what you said, tell that to Bill Zeckman and to
Jarvis Johnson.
Jarvis Johnson. Yes. When that race, how many was it? 21 votes?
Around 20 votes or maybe less.
Yeah. Your vote does matter. So if you're not registered, I want to say this throughout our show, because if you are listening and you have a friend that doesn't think their vote's valid, tell them it does. And if they're not registered, get them registered. If you have an 18-year-old that's fixing to celebrate their birthday, do you realize you can download the app? It's called Go Vote 10, whether you're 18 or not. Fill in that information. And when you turn 18, your kid turns 18, it clicks on and works. Yeah. And so you don't want them to miss it.
Your next chance is in 2026. So if you're going to be turning 18
plenty of time
by 2026,
do it.
Yeah.
Get it done. And if you have any questions, talking back again about, Susie Davenport and them in the office, Barnes, I mean, they work diligently during this time, year round, making sure everything's done. Again, that's why it's ranked number 1 in the election integrity. Tennessee in general is ranked number 1 for a reason. And, if you ever want to know why, they have pamphlets in there telling you these reasons, because in Tennessee, elections are not just audited, they're bipartisans, they're secure, they're trustworthy. And if you want to ever know, you can call them at the election office to find your precinct and more. Who do we have now?
Once again, my wife had sent to you about the latest electorals.
She said Fox is reporting that Harris is at 117 and Trump's at 205.
205. So he's 65 away.
On Fox News.
So airport, we have that in. Trump and Vance with 654, Harrison Waltz with 142, De La Cruz with 2, Robert Kennedy Jr. with 5, Jill Stein with 1 from the airport. U.S. Senate race 604 for Marsha Blackburn, 144 for Gloria Johnson, 13 for Chandler, Moses, and Robinson, each with 4. District 4, 570 for Scott Desjardins, 134 for Victoria Broderick, Inslee with 14, and Keith Nolan with 12. District 16, Janice Bolin with 586, Wayne Steele with 114, Scott Bean with 30, Paul Sherrill with 640 complimentary votes. And once again, that is the airport.
All right. And that makes how many now? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We have 8.
8. And that cleans the early vote.
Pennsylvania has now tentatively red.
Ooh, okay.
Did you say
Michigan is tentatively?
What is
Oregon?
Oregon?
Okay.
Oregon.
Well, this,
Hey.
well, we thought that for sure that California, Oregon, and Washington were.
Okay, okay.
That's
You know,
amazing.
I heard, and again, I heard this, so don't count me. I don't know if this is factual or not, what I'm about to say, but I did hear like a lot of, and around across the state of the United States, a lot of Amish people came out and started registered to vote because they don't want things changed. And I thought that was crazy. I was like, I would never
Yeah.
thought that. Maybe they're the deciding factor.
Yeah, and they normally don't turn out.
They
but
don't.
They do.
Mm-mm.
TSU Nursery Research, we have that
Okay.
now. Trump and Vance with 796, Harrison Waltz with 272, Bowman with 1, De La Cruz 1, Robert Kennedy Jr. with 5, Jill Stein with 2. U.S. Senate race 744 for Marsha Blackburn, 269 for Gloria Johnson, 10 for Chandler, 9 for Moses, 5 for Robinson. District 4, Scott Desjardins, 687, 252 for Victoria Broderick, 26 for Nolan Inslee with 10. District 16, Janice Bowling with 701, Wayne Steele with 231, Scott Bean with 38, Paul Sherrill, 835 complimentary votes, Ryle Chastain with 505 complimentary votes for mayor. From the TSU Nursery Research Station, this is how the alderman race looks. 300 exactly for Sally Brock, keeping her a solid 1. Carrie Youngblood with 251.
Wow.
Rachel Kirby with 210. Stacey Harvey 183. Jeremy Hamilton with 154.
There you go.
That is the TSU Nursery Research Station. And now we have Centertown CIC that has come in.
Okay.
Centertown has 599 for Trump and Vance, 123 for Harrison Waltz, and 4 for Robert Kennedy Jr., and there were a couple of write-ins. Marsha Blackburn, 546, Gloria Johnson with 133, Chandler with 5, Moses with 8, Robinson 3. District 4, U.S. House of Representatives, 519 for Scott Desjardins, 113 for Victoria Broderick, Inslee with 10, and Keith Nolan with 15. Janice Bowling in District 16, 519, 105 for Wayne Steele, and 25 for Scott Bean. Paul Sherrill, 587 complimentary votes. That is from Centertown CIC.
And again, guys, you know, if you are watching this, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, we want to say thank you to everybody. And thanks to all the comments and stuff as well as we're getting through. And, you know, if you're seeing stuff in other states that are going on, not just here in Warren County, because again, we're here to talk not just about the federal stuff that's going on, but we are really wanting to see how this local race is going to turn out.
Yeah.
For sure with the aldermans, because again, if that doesn't have you on the hot seat, you know, I can only imagine what all the aldermans that are up for, you know, grabs here.
Yeah, and it's amazing. We have how many is on the ballot for the alderman race?
5.
We have 5, and
only 3 can move forward.
And only 3, but looking back at 2020, we had 7, so it's going down a little bit.
Yeah.
We had 7 in 2020 and 6 in 2022.
Right.
And so now we're down to 5.
And, you know, with saying that, you know, something I'm going to piggyback on what Jeremy was telling us when he was sitting here, you know, when I made the comment, you know, as we're getting older, you know, we need to take roles in my generation, that leadership role, and seeing Kara and Jeremy put themselves in this position, it just warms my heart knowing like, okay, we got this. There's somebody that God has put in this place to continue it forward, whether they win or lose. They want the heart for it, you know?
Right. Warren County Highway Department now. Trump and Vance 514, Harrison Waltz with 113, De La Cruz with 2, Robert Kennedy Jr. 5, Jill Stein with 2. Marsha Blackburn, U.S. Senate 473, Gloria Johnson 126, Scott Desjardins with 440 in District 4, U.S. House of Representatives 114 for Victoria Broderick, 14 for Nolan, 11 for Inslee. District 16, Janice Bowling 448, 101 for Wayne Steele, Scott Bean with 22, Paul Sherrill, 514 complimentary votes. Ralph Chastain, 116 complimentary votes for mayor. From the Warren County Highway Department, here is the alderman race. 65 for Sally Brock, keeping her still a solid one. Kara Youngblood, 52.
Oh, wow.
Jeremy Hamilton, 49. Stacy Harvey, 42. Rachel Kirby, 33.
Well, there you go.
So that is the Warren County Highway Department.
And one thing I saw on our comments, I don't want to miss this comment, guys. A great man of Warren County, Noel Pepper. He owned the Kingwood grocery store in Mount Leo, and I remember that he just recently, or he passed away today. And the prayers to his son and his daughters. I remember going to Kingwood because I live on Shellsford Road. I'm not going to tell you the exact address, but I still live there today. And I remember when we grocery shop there all the time, and he was always greeting everybody. It's like the grandpa everybody always wanted to have. And I just think it's, again, we are losing so, and I hate to put a damper on all this, but again, there has been so many deaths since, I have to say, since, and the names are Jamie, and I can't think of his last name right now. Miller?
Yes.
Jamie, is that right? Or Jesse. Sorry, Jesse Miller. See, since Jesse Miller passed away, then it was Phyllis, and then there was the fire at the house, and somebody lost their life. And then, there's
Now
just
Billy-
all
Billy
these,
Wood.
and Billy Wood. I mean, and now we've lost Noel Pepper. That is why I created that Warren First Facebook page. If you have somebody that you need to say a prayer for, go put it on the Prayer First page, and so we can get our prayers out that, because we just need a positive, man.
Here's Shellsford Baptist Church. This is what Brian was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
364 showed up today.
Oh, wow. As he said, he nailed that on the hat.
Yep, 364 voted. Just today, all totaled 1,249. So 857 that voted at Shellsford, or they voted. Wow, that's great.
That was me. Day 2 of early voting.
And me too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Me and Rosie, we voted at Shellsford too.
Yeah.
Trump and Vance, 1,002. Harris and Waltz with 225. 10 for Robert Kennedy Jr. Bowman 3. Fruit with 1. And Jill Stein 2. U.S. Senate race, Marsha Blackburn 937. Gloria Johnson 217. Chandler with 14. Moses 10. And Robinson with 6. U.S. House of Representatives District 4. 876 for Scott Desjardins. 202 for Victoria Broderick. Keith Nolan with 28, Inslee with 16. District 16, Tennessee Senate, 903 for Janice Bowling, 180 for Wayne Steele, 40 for Scott Bean, and Paul Sherrill with 1,053 complimentary votes, and that is at Shellsford Baptist Church.
All right, they're pouring in,
And
guys.
another one, Highway 56 North Church, where they have 337. And when we get a moment, we'll share some numbers from today. Once again, from Highway 56 North, Trump and Vance 873, Harris Waltz 179, Jill Stein got 5, Robert Kennedy Jr. with 3, and De La Cruz got 1. U.S. Senate race 810 for Marsha Blackburn, 172 for Gloria Johnson, 12 for Chandler, 3 for Moses, 6 for Robinson. Scott Desjardins 745, Victoria Broderick 158, Nolan 18, Inslee with 11. Senate race District 16, 756 for Janice Bolin, 145 for Wayne Steele, Scott Bean with 30, and Paul Sherrill with 852 complimentary votes, and that is at the Highway 56 North Church.
My understanding is we're still waiting on Friendship, but they still had a line out the door at 7:00, and so they were still having to let everybody in to vote.
Okay.
So they're a little bit behind.
So Friendship, so we'll be waiting on Friendship for a little bit, and that's the thing. If you get there at 7:00, and they are told, if you're in line to vote at 7:00, that's
Yeah, what happens is essentially a volunteer will come out and be in that line with you, so they don't have anybody come on after that. So they know anybody at that point can vote. But if you've come at 7:02, sorry, not sorry.
I have seen. I've seen in the past where you've had. This is like I've seen where the doors get locked. And I think I was covering one time at the courthouse. I was covering a precinct back maybe about 20 something years ago. But the door went lock. 10 seconds later, somebody come running up and pulling on the door, and it was locked.
Oh,
They missed it by 10 seconds.
10 seconds. God
Yes.
rest their soul.
Once again,
Here's
this is
Lucky.
Lucky. 530 for Trump and Vance, 132 for Harris and Waltz, 1 for Bowman, 2 for Robert Kennedy Jr., and 4 for Jill Stein. U.S. Senate race, 495 for Marsha Blackburn, 146 for Gloria Johnson, 8 for Chandler, 4 for Moses, 1 for Robinson. District 4, Scott Desjardins, 462, Victoria Broderick with 130, Inslee Nolan each with 12. District 16, Janice Bowling, 465, Wayne Steele with 118, Scott Bean with 23, Paul Sherrill with 555 complimentary votes over at Lucky. Give you an idea so far how and this is just the precincts that we have gotten so far.
Yeah.
This is the turnout just for today. Okay, that's early voting, so I can't really look at that one. 154 showed up at Westwood Church. 635 total, 481 either voted early or absentee in the Westwood Church district. So
bravo.
So 64% of Westwood Church voters showed up. At the Redemption Center, they had 255 today. 776 voted absentee or early voting, making it 1,031. So the voter turnout out of 1,838 registered voters, 56%. So.
And how much did you say on that last one? And what was the precinct?
The precinct was Westwood Church.
Okay.
They had out of 981 registered voters, 64.7% turned out.
Okay.
For the vote. Another one here, Bonner Church, 196 showed up today, 291 voted early or absentee, and out of 676 registered voters, 72% turned out from the Bonner Church.
This is amazing.
Area.
This is great, guys.
These are good numbers.
Yeah.
At the 3-Star Mall, there are 1,284 registered voters there. 218 showed up today. 528 either voted early or absentee. So 58.1% of the registered voters at the 3-Star Mall area got out.
I'm just amazed how Barnes can do this in his head. And if you think you need to check them, you don't.
Midway, 227 showed up today. 216 either voted early or absentee. So out of 596, 74.3%.
Wow.
Showed up today to vote early, or excuse me, that voted in this race.
In this race.
At the courthouse, 195 showed up today, and 709 either voted absentee or early. So out of 1,242, almost 72.8% of people showed up and voted.
That's massive.
That's wonderful. At the airport, there are 1,167 registered voters. 228 showed up today. 581 voted early or absentee. So 69.3% of the registered voters showed up in the airport area.
Wow. That's great, guys.
It is. It's wonderful.
I love seeing this many people vote. It makes my heart beat.
At TSU, 1,767 possible voters, 299 showed up today, 783 voted early or absentee, making it 61.2% of that area voted in this election.
And I've been watching the news on broadcast on all these stations that we watch, and they did say this was probably a huge turnout in early voting because of such of a big decision.
Oh, yeah.
It even got the non-traditionalists that like it on the day of to come out and early vote. I feel like
early vote. Yeah, it's great. Whether you vote early or if you voted today, you did your civic duty.
Thank you,
and that's wonderful. 997 registered voters in the Centertown area. 196 showed up today. 536 voted absentee or early. 73.4%.
Is that for Centertown Methodist or CIC?
Centertown CIC.
And that was what again?
73.4% showed up and voted. We have Viola now.
Hey, Viola, look, Trent's doing y'all good.
He is. Trump and Vance, 329. Harrison Waltz with 69. Robert Kennedy Jr. with 3. 1 for Jill Stein and De La Cruz. U.S. Senate race, Marsha Blackburn, 320. Gloria Johnson, 67. Chandler with 6. Moses, 2. District 4, Scott Desjardins, 301. Victoria Broderick with 63. Inslee with 4. Nolan with 8. District 16, Janice Bowling, 301. Wayne Steele with 54. Scott Bean with 17. Paul Sherrill, 333 complimentary votes. Trent Prater received 47 complimentary votes as mayor of Viola. In the alderman race, 39 for Garrettson, 24 for Templeton, 22 for Wilson.
Another close one.
So it's so that's close in that race, and that's one of those that we are keeping an eye on.
And back to the percentages.
Back to the percentages here from Warren County Highway Department. 1,001 registered voters. 173 showed up today. 465 voted early or absentee, making it 63.7% of people showed up and early voted. Now we have Christ Community Church.
Oh, here we go.
Trump and Vance with 827, 414 for Harrison Waltz, 4 for Bowman, 7 for Robert Kennedy Jr. Jill Stein got 2, Fruit got 1. U.S. Senate race, 765 for Marsha Blackburn, 399 for Gloria Johnson, 13 for Chandler, 14 for Moses, 3 for Robinson. In District 4, Scott Desjardins, 718, Victoria Broderick, 361, Nolan, 26, Inslee with 21. In the District 16 race, 746 for Janice Bowling, 328 for Wayne Steele, and 49 for Scott Bean. Paul Sherrill, 885 complimentary votes. Ryle Chastain, 823 complimentary for Mayor of McMinnville. Alderman race, here we go.
Yeah, here we go, guys.
496 for Sally Brock, padding her lead as the number one spot. At the number one spot, Rachel Kirby, 436. Carrie Youngblood, 375. Stacey Harvey, 362. Jeremy Hamilton, 259.
There you go.
So 2 through 4 is still close.
Still close, guys. And again, the voter turnout, the percentages are great.
Yeah.
You were hoping like an 80%.
We may get it.
I think we will.
We're looking good to have at least 80% or more turnout. I'd love to see that. At Shells Ford, that's
my neck of the woods.
That's our neck of the woods. 1,795 registered voters. 364 showed up today. 885 either voted early or absentee. And the percentage out there is 69.5%.
There you go.
And that is at Shells Ford. How about some more numbers here?
Love it.
Actually,
this
is 16 out of 24. So we have 2/3. We got 2/3 in. So here we go. This is with 16 out of 24 reporting. 12,052 for Trump and Vance, 3,390 for Harrison Waltz, 77% for Trump so far, 90 for Robert Kennedy Jr., 30 for Stein, 24 for Bowman.
There you go.
De La Cruz, 9, and Fruit with 3. U.S. Senate race, 11,238 for Marsha Blackburn, 3,380 for Gloria Johnson. So 75% of the vote for Marsha Blackburn, 186 for Chandler, 113 for Moses, and 56 for Robinson. District 4, Scott Desjardins, 10,365. Victoria Broderick with 3,017. Nolan with 298 and Inslee with 217. District 6, John Rose still with 90 and Lori Bergman with 33. Janice Bowling in the District 16 race, 10,756. Wayne Steele with 2,756. Scott Bean has 551. Paul Sherrill, 12,237 complimentary votes. Mayor Town of Centertown race, 44 for Mathis, 37 for Hankins. Still has not moved. Michael Mathis, 71 complimentary votes. Raul Chastain, so far, 3,274. Now with 16 out of 24 in, here's how the Alderman race looks. 1,953 for Sally Brock, who has 25.7% of the vote. Second right now is Carrie Youngblood, 1,575. She has 20.7% of the vote. 1,491 for Rachel Kirby, who has 19.6% of the vote. Stacy Harvey with 1,415, 18.6% of the vote. And Jeremy Hamilton with 1,131. So right now, between third and fourth, 76 votes separated.
There you go.
Town of Morrison, Adam Bolden, 117, Sue Jones, 93, Samantha Bolden with 91. That's still unchanged. Trent Prater, 49 complimentary votes. Garrettson, Alderman, and Viola, Garrettson, 41. And there's a tie with Susan Wilson and Templeton, each with 24.
Ooh, this is going to be good because only two can move ahead on that
Only
race.
two out of
the
two.
three.
We got Chamber now. This
Okay.
is the Chamber of Commerce race. Trump and Vance, 234. Harrison Waltz with 96. Robert Kennedy Jr. with 3. Marsha Blackburn, 219 in the U.S. Senate race. 87 for Gloria Johnson. 9 for Chandler. 2 for Moses and Robinson. District 4, Scott Dagerley, 197. Victoria Broderick with 80. Inslee with 5. And Keith Nolan with 6. District 16, Janice Bolin, 197. Wayne Steele with 70. And Scott Bean with 18. Paul Sherrill, 244 complimentary votes. Raul Chastain with 143 complimentary votes as mayor of McMinnville. Alderman race from the chamber.
Yeah.
Sally Brock with 90. You have Carrie Youngblood, 74. Stacy Harvey, 61. Rachel Kirby, 59. Jeremy Hamilton, 47.
There you go.
That's at the chamber.
And again, we can safely say that at least we know Sally Brock is leading in all these precincts.
I think Sally, we had Sally on earlier. I think Sally looks like she's going to get 4 more years.
Yeah.
Right now, it looks like Kara right now is at a number 2. Right now, for the moment, it looks unofficially, she could be moving in there. And then it's between Rachel and Stacy. And both of them incumbents along with Sally. So we know that one incumbent is going to retain. What about the other two?
Exactly.
All right. We have Morrison now.
I know. I was going to say I need to go to commercial break, but I can't. I want everybody to hear the numbers. It's getting so tight.
Trump and Vance with 957. Harrison Waltz with 242. Bowman with 5. Daler Cruz 1. Robert Kennedy Jr. 8. And Jill Stein with 5. Once again, this is Morrison. U.S. Senate race, Marsha Blackburn, 922. Gloria Johnson, 249. Chandler with 12. Moses, 6. And Robinson, 3. District 4, Scott Dagerley with 840. Victoria Broderick, 223. Inslee with 15. And Nolan with 26. District 16, Janice Bowling, 879. Wayne Steele, 196. Scott Bean with 37. Paul Sherrill with 982 complimentary votes. Alderman race, you've got 151 for Adam Bolden. Samantha Bolden and Sue Jones tied 121 each.
Wow.
And that's in
I bet
Morrison.
they're sitting on their seats right now.
Yeah, could be a runoff. You never know.
You never know.
We've been sharing some numbers from today and overall from Lucky. Let me make sure I'm not missing. I am missing somebody. They're starting to stick together. Let's go Highway 56 North Church.
Okay.
1,507 registered voters there. 337 showed up today. Early voting absentee 728, which means 70.6% of the registered voters in the Highway 56 North Church voted in this election.
Wow. That's amazing.
Over in Lucky, there's 1,014 registered voters. 266 showed up today. 414 early voted or absenteed, which means 66.7%. 2/3 in Lucky. showed up today. We got more coming in. This is Centertown United Methodist Church now.
Oh, we're getting so close. There's
We-
only 2 more precincts that haven't been turned in.
And that's Smart and Friendship. We know we're probably going to wait on Friendship a
Yeah.
little bit because there were still people in line. So
And they
hopefully-
want to, oops, sorry, I just hit my desk here. They want to keep that integrity and make sure everybody gets their vote counted.
Yeah, if you're in line, and that was the thing, if you're in line at 7:00, wherever you were at today at your precinct, you got to vote
got to
as
vote.
long as you were there before 7:00.
That's right.
Centertown United Methodist Church, Trump and Vance 667, Harrison Waltz 174, Robert Kennedy Jr. with 4, Jill Stein with 1. U.S. Senate race 613 for Marsha Blackburn, 171 for Gloria Johnson, 12 for Chandler, 5 for Moses, 6 for Robinson. District 4, U.S. House 574 for Scott Desjardins, 146 for Victoria Broderick, 13 for Inslee, 22 for Nolan. In the 16th District Senate race, 577 for Janice Bowling, 133 for Wayne Steele, and Scott Bean with 39. Paul Sherrill, 703 complimentary votes. Mayor, Centertown race, 72 for John David Hankins, 60 for Ramona Mathis. And it was close. It was close there.
Race.
Michael Mathis, 117 complimentary votes. That is at the Centertown United Methodist Church. So that race is close.
So real quickly, we're going to take a break and we will come back and give you some more percentages and things like that.
Oh, well, actually,
no.
I think we have one more.
Never mind.
This is Smart First Baptist, which
Okay.
leaves us only one more, and that's Friendship. So we're still, Friendship is in. We have just heard.
We just heard the word.
So Friendship is in. We'll be getting that soon, and then the official numbers will be coming.
The
So
unofficial
close.
numbers, right?
We're almost. It's almost here.
Before you say the big
Official and official number.
The
Yeah.
official, unofficial. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If Duke was here, he'd be like, "Why'd you say that?
What did you say that for?" Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Unofficial. Sorry.
But go ahead.
Smart First Baptist Church, Trump and Vance 777, Harrison Waltz with 190, Bowman with 3, Robert Kennedy Jr. with 4, Jill Stein 1. U.S. Senate race 723 for Marsha Blackburn, 189 for Gloria Johnson, 8 for Chandler, 7 for Moses, 5 for Robinson. Scott Desjardins in District 4, U.S. House 673, Victoria Broderick 169, Inslee 17, Nolan with 18. District 16 Senate race 689 for Bowling, 151 for Wayne Steele, 40 for Scott Bean, Paul Sherrill 791 complimentary votes. That's the Smart First Baptist Church. And if I'm not mistaken, we only have one left, and that is Friendship.
Friendship.
It is in. We're waiting on those numbers.
Yeah, so we'll be right back. So here is a word from our sponsors.
Warren First 931's 2024 election coverage will begin soon. They take pride in everything they do. Caring for the community, Jeff Barnes and Kelly Slaughter are 2 people you can trust. They have over 50 years of experience. Now a word from our sponsors.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has been serving the people of this region for 53 years, and we are fully committed to the people and the communities that place their trust in us. McMinnville in Warren County is just one of the 9 counties that we serve. With 4 convenient branch locations, along with 7 ATM and ITM locations, you can be assured that Citizens Tri-County Bank is close by. Committed to you and committed to the communities we serve. It truly is what makes Citizens Tri-County Bank the only community bank you will ever need. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Did you know that McMinnville Drug Center is a compounding pharmacy? A one-size-fits-all approach to medications doesn't always work. Perhaps you need a different form of your medication or have an allergy to an inactive ingredient. That's where compounding comes in. Here are some benefits why to take advantage of McMinnville Drug Center over regular pharmacies that don't offer compounding. Compounding pharmacists have additional training to create medication suited to your needs. Our pharmacy lab has specialized tools to prevent cross-contamination. Call McMinnville Drug Center today and use our compounding lab to get started on a better you.
Ready to find your dream property? Paul Holder Realty and Auction has got you covered. Benefit from their 69 years of experience to find your perfect riverfront property, family home, or land to build your dream home. Their professional team also specializes in estates and auctions. Want to know your worth? Get an accurate evaluation from Paul Holder Realty and Auction and make your real estate dreams a reality. Give us a call at 473-7321.
Thank you.
All right. All yours, Amanda. All right, we're back and we got Friendship in.
Yeah,
oh
Friendship.
my gosh.
So that just leaves now the unofficial totals.
The
which will
official,
include,
unofficial.
which includes, yeah, the official, unofficial,
Yeah.
which will include today, early voting, and absentee.
Yeah.
That's still to come.
I cannot
Friend-
wait. You'll
yeah,
hear it
me
here
too.
first, so tell all your friends right now.
That's right. Tell them to tune into Warren first because we're fixing to give you all the numbers.
Bomb drop.
Once again from Friendship, Trump and Vance 1,223, 307 for Harrison Waltz, 12 for Robert Kennedy Jr., 3 for Bowman, 1 for Fruit, and that is it there. U.S. Senate race 1,145 for Marsha Blackburn, 295 for Gloria Johnson, 17 for Chandler, 14 Moses, and 11 for Robinson. Scott Desjardins in the District 4, 871. Victoria Broderick with 217. Ernest Inslee with 14. Keith Nolan with 20. District 6 U.S. House. Right now, John Rose with 150. And Lori Bergman with 42. 16th District. Janice Bowling, 1,133, 266 for Wayne Steele, 46 for Scott Bean, and Paul Sherrill with 1,104 complimentary votes from Friendship.
There you go. And again, with that said, guys, again, the voter turnout, it's been over 55% of a turnout.
Oh, yeah. And some more numbers
Mhm.
from today from Viola. 539 registered voters, 198 showed up today, 209 early voted or absentee, 75.5%
Wow.
in Viola turned out for the election.
That's awesome.
That's great. 2021 in the Christ Community Church area, 271 showed up today. And how about this? 994
Wow.
early voted or absentee. That makes it 62.5% that
Okay.
showed up and early voted.
I love it.
Love.
As Barnes says, the 80% is looking brighter.
It's looking good. We're going to get close, I think. In the Chamber of Commerce, there are 568 registered voters in the area. 91 showed up today. 244 showed up to early voter absentee, making it almost 59% that showed up and early voted or showed up in this election from the chamber.
And Rosie just chimed in again on our Facebook, and she said Harris 117, Trump 211.
211. Okay. So he's picked up another 6 electoral votes.
Yep.
In the Morrison area, there's 1,735. 275 showed up today. 953 early voted or absentee, making it 70.8% that showed up in that election from Morrison.
Thank you, Morrison.
Yes. Centertown United Methodist, there's 1,203 registered voters. 236 showed up today. 613 showed up to early voter absentee. 70.5% showing up in Centertown.
Okay.
Smart First Baptist, 1,324 registered voters. 303.
It just jumped again. 112 to 210.
And Rosie had
117 to 211.
okay. 17 to 11.
Rosie,
okay.
where are you getting your numbers, girl?
That's
No.
either Fox or Newsmax. I
Yeah,
think.
one of the two. But the Google one. Yeah.
303.
And this is our Smart First Baptist Church.
Smart First Baptist. 303 showed up today. 679
Jeez.
early voted or absentee, which makes it 74.1%.
Okay.
And from Friendship, there are 2,227 registered voters there. 518 showed up today. That's why it took a little longer to get it.
Thank you, Friendship.
And 1,039 of them were early voted or absentee. Almost 70% in the Friendship who vote in the Friendship area showed up to vote in this election.
Well, I wrote it down for you if you wanted to do your calculations, friend.
That's just great. Well, when you look at that, you see 56, 58, 59% in some areas, but seeing those numbers of like 72, 72% at the courthouse and at Bonner, Viola was 75.5%. Midway was 74. I mean, these are great numbers, and you'd love to get these numbers all the time, especially when we have our local elections. And our local elections, we'll have about 40%. I would like to see that double.
It would
in
be great,
2026.
and especially like he says, I mean, we can't stress this enough on the show. The local elections are just as important as the federal.
But the presidential race, and I get it. The presidential race is going to it stirs a lot of emotions.
It does.
It gets people out. But there are local, be a part of the local, find out what's going on in the area.
These are the people, not just, when we think about federal in the president, this person, whoever it is, if it's going to be Vice President Kamala Harris or former President Trump, we're going to have a new president. And so that gets a little like sticky and dicey. But at the same time, when you think about it, guys, it all starts at the bottom. It starts with local elections first, putting the people that take that's going to take care of you, that's going to represent you the best, your county, your community. And if you're not there to vote and you don't like, for example, because I love Sally Brock to death, if you don't like Sally Brock, you should have gone out and voted, figure something out. But if you don't go out and vote, you're never going to be a part of this, and you need to.
You need to.
And you need to do the research. I say this all the time on my show. You owe it to yourself to do the research, not just on the local candidates, but the federal ones as well. Look into them, dive into what they're saying, to you, or you hear it on the screen, or you see it in the news, or you hear the opposing person say this about that person. And I'm not going to say names, but the one biggest thing that was so controversial for me is saying that the presidents can, whoever the president is, they can make a law. And I had Brian Carr on the show, and he corrected me because I was like, I'm so confused. Can you please explain this? Our president doesn't have as much power as you want to believe, because he cannot make a law. So whatever, whoever it is, Kamala or Trump, they can't go up there and say, well, I'm going to change a law today.
They can do an executive order.
They can, but they don't do that.
It has to go through Congress.
Yes, exactly. It still has to go through your Congress. And that's why you need to vote for the people you think is going to take care of you in that Congress.
I would be interesting to see how the Senate and House is looking right now, because
if anybody's got some filler on that, please let me know.
Because the Senate, it was 51-49.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need two places will flip that.
So we got, Rosie's saying on Fox, they're saying Marsha Blackburn has won, and I'm assuming this is where the 66% came from.
Yeah. So looking at these races here, Marsha was strong here, and we knew that she was going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
Gloria Johnson, who is the Democratic candidate. And I think she had one or two here locally.
She did
some fundraisers here, so she made some stops
Tennessee
here.
3,
yeah. And yes, part of the Tennessee 3. Scott Desjardins, we knew Scott was going to be. He's always had a good, strong showing, and no doubt he's going to get another term as the District 4 representative. Right now, John Rose, there's a small part of District 6, but it looks like Rose is going to get another term. Janice Bowling has always been strong,
very strong
here. And, we always talk about the town hall meetings that she has every month.
She does a lot of them.
She's the only one that does a monthly.
And I really think, and it's not just here in our community, it's in the other communities that she serves. And that speaks volume when you see high numbers like that, because at the end of the day, people want to see who's representing them, and she does a fine job at that.
And she does. 78.5% of the vote. And Paul Sherrill, we had him on earlier, picked up a lot of complimentary votes.
Yeah.
And as he gets another term.
Yeah. But with that said, we are going to take another quick break with a word from our sponsors.
Yeah. The only thing we have left is the unofficial numbers that will include today's votes, early voting and absentee.
Absentees.
It'll have it all on there, and that is all we have left. That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the official, unofficial.
Thank you. I like that. We're going to make everybody confused by the end of the night. But here is a word from our sponsors, guys. Stick around. We'll be right back in the next 2 minutes.
Warren First 931's 2024 election coverage will begin soon. They take pride in everything they do. Caring for the community, Jeff Barnes and Kelly Slaughter are two people you can trust. They have over 50 years of experience. Now a word from our sponsors.
Come join us at 110 East Main Street for a farm-to-table experience all year long. We offer gluten-free, dairy-free, guilt-free goodness that will leave you feeling energized and satisfied with every bite. Our small batch from-scratch menu bursts with juice, shots, smoothies, soups, wraps, and sandwiches, and more prepared daily to give you all the nutrients your body craves. We never add powder, sugars, or anything you can't pronounce, so don't miss out on this delicious, healthy opportunity. Swing by and indulge in some wholesome goodness today at 110 East Main Street, McMinnville, Tennessee.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday, and Saturday we are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovation.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
All right, we are back with the official, unofficial result.
We have it.
And I want to say thank you to everybody in record timing. I didn't think we'd be here till 10, but thank you.
Yeah, some took a little longer, as we said. That was always, if you're in line to vote at 7 o'clock, you get to vote. And it took a little longer because we were waiting on Friendship. We got them in, but now this is what we have: 5,002 showed up today on election day. 382 people absentee. 11,849 early voting. So the all totaled 17,233 Warren County voters out of a possible 25,482.
That's not bad.
So 67.6%. That's still a great number, better than 18% what we had in August.
Right.
But here are the unofficial numbers. Trump has gone up again. 13,185 for Trump and Vance, 3,646 for Harris and Walz. Trump with 77.3% to Harris and Walz 21.3%.
Wow.
Robert Kennedy Jr. got 102, Bowman 29, Naylor Cruz 9, Fruit with 4, Jill Stein got 32. U.S. Senate race 12,280 for Marsha Blackburn, 3,648 for Gloria Johnson, 204 for Chandler, 121 for Moses, and 69 for Robinson. District 4, 11,257 for Scott Desjardins, 3,237 for Victoria Broderick, 326 for Nolan, 235 for Inslee. John Rose gets another term. District 6, 150. Laura Bergman with 42. District 16, good showing for Janice Bowling, 11,762. Wayne Steele, 2,982. Scott Bean with 605.
Wow.
District 43, Paul Sherrill with 13,366 complimentary.
Wow. Way to go.
John Hankins becomes the mayor of Centertown, 72 to Ramona Mathis's 60.
There you go.
That's how that turned out. Town of Centertown, the alderman, Michael Mathis, 117 complimentary votes. Ryle Chastain gets 3,306 complimentary votes for mayor of McMinnville. Now the alderman. Sally Brock, 1,971 with 25.6% of the vote. Second on the list, Kara Youngblood.
Wow.
1,500. Yep. 1,594. Rachel Kirby, 1,504. Stacy Harvey, 1,427. And Jeremy Hamilton with 1,145. So,
wow.
Sally and Rachel, the incumbents, get another term. And Kara Youngblood
gets to go.
She gets it.
Gets her turn.
So it was three. So it was three. So 3 women.
3 women. So guess what, Ryle? Guess what?
Yeah. You and Steve. Yeah.
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 Get ready. Get ready, because here they come.
So that's how it looks. So that's
great.
so congratulations to Kara Youngblood. She will be a new alderman and gets a 4-year term.
And she's actually down the hall doing her, her or how can I say it? Celebratory or whatever.
Celebratory tour.
Thank you, of interviews. And she will be down with us here shortly to thank everybody and just hear the excitement, where again, I always say this when we see close races like this, it always tells me, and it reminds me of the time when it was, oh my gosh, I don't know who was running against Jimmy Haley at the time when he first ran for county executive in the mayor positions and how close these races were.
I think he was unopposed because I forgot who was before him that chose not to run again.
But there was one where it was like a close race. I can't remember.
That was this one, wasn't it? Was it against Terry?
That could have been against Terry.
I don't know. He won that one.
I know he beat. I know he defeated Terry in 2018.
I think that might have been it, but I'm thinking
2022 it was Terry.
But when we see close races like this, you can see that our community is ever so growing and they're ready for a change. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad change. We're just ready to see new growth and new movement. And with Kara being, one of the 3, moving forward now, and she is our, a younger generation. And I can't wait to see what she would like to implement or push forward.
This is going to be interesting right here from the town of Morrison, the alderman. 159 for Adam Bolden, but Samantha Bolden and Sue Jones, they each got 129.
Shut up. So where's the tiebreaker?
Well,
is there such a thing?
There's probably maybe going to be a runoff or something, but there were 6 write-ins.
Oh, so would they call those people back to vote?
I don't think so. I mean, they wrote in another name.
Okay.
And here again,
look at Kara in the green. Yeah, green with envy. I love it.
Trent Prater, 49 complimentary votes. And in the alderman race, we have another tie.
Okay.
41 for Garrettson, Templeton, and Wilson. They each got 24 votes.
Wow.
There was a write-in.
One?
There was one write-in.
If you don't see how voting doesn't matter, it does.
So does your vote matter? Yes, it does, because in the alderman race in Morrison, you got a tie with Samantha Bolden and Sue Jones.
Yeah.
You got a tie in the alderman race in Viola between Tim Templeton and Susan Wilson.
Okay, in the years past, how did the tiebreaker happen, or has there ever been?
I don't know if they're going to do a runoff.
What does that mean?
And which means that they will have another election.
No way, and people have to come back out.
But only in the areas of Morrison and Viola.
And by the way, Rosie messaged. She says last on the Senate there was 39 seats Democrat, 49 Republic.
39 Democrat, 49
Republican. Mm-hmm. And then House seat. Oh, here she goes. House seat 96 Democrat, 151 Republican. And then Harrison Trump as a 957, 119 Harris, 212 Trump. And then now the House is at 98 Democrat, 152 Republican. Okay.
So still a ways to go on the House there.
Still a ways. But with that said, I don't know if you want to put the headphones on. You don't have to. You can if you want to, so you can hear yourself. Exciting news. Oh my God. First of all, the woman coming in bringing the heat. I mean, you shook up the cherry tree, girl.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate y'all having me here tonight.
Yeah.
I was hopeful, but you just never know.
You never know. How do you feel right now?
I feel good. And there were some moments a couple of weeks ago that I questioned what I was doing.
And if it was the right move and stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I feel that my dedication to the city, just from a personal standpoint, as far as updating the offices that we now inhabit at North Spring Street, the two on the corner of North Spring and Morford Street, and then of course the restaurant. I think that I've shown my dedication, my personal dedication to the city and updating it, and I want to take that enthusiasm and spread it out, into
you want to ride the wave out, see where you can go.
Absolutely. And I'm just thankful for people who came out and voted just generally in this election. This is an election for the books, and so the record turnout that we've had, I'm proud of Warren County for coming out, and I'm thankful for the vote of confidence.
Yeah.
Carrie, you got the second most votes behind Sally, but now there's 4 women on there.
Yeah.
On the alderman. So you got a little girl power going on.
A little bit. And I'm happy to see where that takes us.
Yeah.
In the next 4 years.
And speaking of, like Morford and like the beautification and how you want to make Warren County better and grow, what made you decide to do this alderman position, and what do you see yourself doing in the next couple of years?
I think that my position, I was fortunate enough to be asked to be on the board. Mary Dawn Bixby asked me to be on the board of Main Street McMinnville probably 4 or 5 years ago at this point, and I took the position as chair of the design committee. And of course, that's just trying to find resources for, and we were able to, in August of last year, able to get a $300,000 grant from the state for facade improvements. And so I saw the difference that we can make if we really go out there and look for, funds from the state or from federal government and things like that. And so there are a lot of projects that we discuss at Main Street McMinnville that we have to have, the support of the board of mayor and aldermen, and there were times where we couldn't necessarily get that support, and I was like, I want to be the difference. I want to help change and move Main Street forward. And Main Street's beautiful, and we have developed so much, but phase 1 is done, and phase 2 was a little lackluster, and so phase 3 hasn't been done at all. And that was sort of the focus that we used when we were doing our the grant project.
Yeah.
So we went in and we took photos of where phase 3 needs to be, and there's a light pole right in the middle of the sidewalks, and there's cracked sidewalks, and it's just not accessible for everybody. And so I want to help make sure that phase 3 gets the dedication that it needs, but also phase 2 is sort of brought up to par with phase 1. Such a beautiful downtown, and let's just bring that loop all the way around.
And we've seen a lot of improvements, especially in the area where your law offices, and now the old Warren County Furniture location. I assume that's where you're going to be eventually moving your office. Or?
That's the goal. Yes, it's a large building, but it's our goal to get that finished hopefully by spring or summer of next year, and then make that move over there.
I love it.
That's awesome. It's amazing, seeing
Warren.
Kara, running for office and everything. And I don't know if she knows this, but Kara and her mom, Pam, whenever my daughter was living, she used to come and do therapy.
I remember coming to your house with my mother. I remember your daughter.
Yeah,
you lived behind Gondola, kind of to the side of Gondola in that neighborhood.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, she was little then.
Oh, and already being a part of the community and helping her mom.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I love it.
And the local is alive and thriving, and it's not.
Yes, can you clarify that?
That's one of the questions that we were going to.
I try not to listen to Mac Chatter. I'm going to call it Mac Chatter.
The anonymous, the anonymous post. Yes,
I love people when they don't have enough time on their hands, but it is alive and well. You're in the one other rumor I hear all the time too is it's reservations only. That's another one that still goes around. I'm like, no, you can go.
So I want to talk about that. Yeah. So, when new restaurants open, because we just don't have that many new restaurants opening in McMinnville that often. And I feel like they just get inundated with people the first week. And so my goal was to say, okay, let's make this reservation only for the first week or two before our official opening date.
The soft opening, guys.
Soft opening was reservation only, but there are no reservations required. Now, if it's a Saturday night, Friday night, Saturday night, hey, call us and make reservations. We're happy to take them, but you can walk in anytime, please. And there were some
unfortunate.
There was some disdain for me and for the restaurant that was spread on social media and
chatter.
And I just want to say that, when you're an employer, it's difficult to, sometimes personalities and just things don't work out and you have to part ways with employees. And that's okay. Not everything works for everybody. But our restaurant is still thriving, and we're taking, anybody that walks in, please don't think it's reservation only. And we are happy to be on Morford Street, and we are alive and well. So please come see us.
Well, it's a beautiful restaurant, the outside to the inside. I'm glad that you kept the doors like they were, because I know one thing when we were talking to Mr. Ray, that's the only way I know to call him. Rancher Ray.
Ray Kozak, yes.
Thank you. Now we got he would never give us his last name, but thank you.
Ray Kozak.
Write that down.
RayKozak.com. Okay, check it out. He's actually a trick roper.
Yes, he
but
is.
He's a Guinness World Record trick roper.
3. He was telling us he's holding 3 Guinness Book World Records on roping.
Yes.
Wow.
Incredible.
I'm on the show so badly.
We are. I told him we got to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And video him, because he puts on quite the show. So.
And if you don't know who I'm talking about, he looks like the sexy marble man on Morford Street. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it.
He was the Bullet Bourbon man for a while. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
That's what I am. But with that said, thank you so much, Kara, for coming down and chatting with us. I know it's getting late and everybody's got to get home with their babies, and I know mine are freaking out. Thanks, honey, for watching the kids. But anything else before we let you go?
Thank you so much for having me here. I truly appreciate it. And like I said, I'm just proud of Warren County for coming out and voting in the numbers that they did. So everyone have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. And with that said, Barnes, it has been another.
It's been great.
Amazing night. I did not think we were going to be here till like almost 10 o'clock, but it is.
Well,
so let's go party.
Well, you figured out when we had a big early vote, and you wondered how many is going to show up today. And there was a lot, and there was over 5,000 more people showed up today to vote. in addition to what we had early voting. So we had 67.6%
show up
of the voters. Man, that's
amazing.
That's great turn. That's a great turnout. We like that. Yeah, we like it, and we like to see more of that. And especially, coming up in 2026 when we have our next local election, which is it's going to be everything. Won't be the judges, won't be the DA, but we're going to have the sheriff's race and everything else.
Okay. With that said, as we wrap it up here, guys, I want to say thanks again to our amazing sponsors: Roland Reservations, Cumberland Biscuit, Tops Frozen Yogurt, Metro Deli, also Juicy's Wellness and Cafe, Citizens Tri-County Bank, Donald Hillis Realty, Reddick Brown Ford, McMinnville Drug Center, Gateway Tire and Service Center, Randall Walker Farms, Paul Holder, and Prater's Barbecue, and Community TV TN.
One's got 214, 179. Rosie just put.
It says California, Oregon, and Washington are saying Harris are the winners.
Of course, that's because we figured that was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
And Rosie is saying 212 for Trump, 193 for Harris, so we knew it was going to be a little closer.
Yeah, and again, this we have to sit and be patient and wait for the next couple of days or so to get the official results of who.
Hopefully, later on tonight, we'll know.
Yeah,
we'll know. If whoever's got 270, whoever's got the 270 necessary electoral votes, hopefully, we'll find that out sometime this evening.
And when we do and we find out, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, Audible, all those connections, guys, because with that said, you can get up to date with us on Warren First. And there's several ways you can follow us. You can join our text club, text the keyword Warren and 931 to 81010. You can also get the local voice newsletter, also digitally copy sent to you as well. And all you got to do is text the keyword local voice to 931-305-0869. As always, I love my man, Jeff Barnes. I'm so glad we're matching this time. I'm glad we're just going to go with black every time.
Just go black. Just dress up in black.
I was like, I'm going to go in my Beetlejuice look today.
Rosie said that the black would look good with the border.
Thank you, Rosie. Thank you.
So not only is she your security, she's also your stylist.
She's my stylist. Yes.
With that said, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, Warren County.